said. That's what I'm saying. If man, people actually listen to me. I was saying, yeah, men and women have a lot to deal with. Get me? That's what I'm saying. And if we can agree that men and women have a lot to work on, so we should be able to address both sides in it. When women are talking about men this, men that, I'm gonna agree with you most of the time. But at the same time, when a man addresses his issues and what his experiences are, yeah, he shouldn't be getting bare hatred and nonsense, man.
No, but I heard that, bro. But I wasn't trying to make it a man or woman thing. I was just speaking on the situation. That's why I gave books and respect and captain as examples. So I weren't trying to generalize, but the only thing what I'm trying to say and where I'm coming from, because I'm not disagreeing with you, is obviously when you rebuttal on a thing where you're trying to, where it comes off like you're making an excuse or trying to demonize us as an excuse to take, like, you understand, that's when I have as a comparison, that's when I have a problem. I'm not that chick that's going to be like, oh,
I could have turned around and said that. Like that. I could have turned around and said that you're demonizing the brother. But you spoke about your personal experience about not being defended, and get me, and that was cool. Get me, it's your personal experience. But when I mention mine, yeah, and what I think about the situation between black men and women, it's all personal. Get me? This is what I'm saying. It's got to go both ways. If you can talk about your personal experience, then the black man can too, without getting bare headache. That's my only point. And I feel like brothers like Books, or what Books did there. Yeah. And let's get back. I want to hear that now, because I know we're here.
Didn't use no kind of what do you call it? Dumbing down kind of talk when we were talking about what we were saying. I was just talking about the situation as it was. You use words like demonize, and then obviously compared it. Now he's with a white woman. He's been looked after better than ever looked back. Get me? I'm just trying to make you aware that that kind of statement is kind of perpetuating that ideal that.
No, it's a factual statement.
Ezra. No, I think Ezra. Sometimes the way man puts across things can be harsh. Yeah, I think the only danger I see in the way we'll come across. I think one thing he did is he zoned out. There's a lot of brothers in this conversation, but what I think sometimes the brothers can have a danger for do. The brothers when we're like, and remember, man are just trying to stick up for the sisters. You know, like that. Man ain't doing it maliciously. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's the problem. You get me? If our sisters are wrong,
I think
what I'm saying is the situation where the situation where our sisters will be wrong, 100% wrong. And I think like this is a big what Alvin was touching on. Get me? Like even though I'm free from him, yeah, like. There'll be situations where our sisters are dead wrong, and when a man starts trying to correct them, you get another brother jump in and start chatting rubbish to him, fam.
Yeah, I'll make you right. I'll make you right, Ezra. You know what? I'll make you right, because there's certain situations where a black lady may say certain things I completely disagree with. Yeah, and for the guy that's going to get on her case for it, I can't jump in and say, yo, don't talk to her like that, because at the end of the day, you know, she's bringing it upon herself. But there is a line. You can't start dissing her too hard. You understand? Make your point. Don't start passing her. You know what I'm saying?
You'll never see me dissing one of my black sisters. I'm like, it's impossible. But what I'm saying is, yeah.
Like, to be honest with you,
not like that. Then not unless it's unprovoked. Yeah.
All right, Ezra. Look at this, Ezra. I don't particularly like dating black ladies from the UK.
Yeah? No, me.
Right? I don't really, because for some reason
you better go too far. You might want to start World War 7. Do you want to start World War 7? I'm free from this, Colossus.
All right, that's cool. You should be free from this. I'll give you my opinion, right?
I'm joking, brother. Yo, you lot.
A girl from Africa.
Yo, you lot. After you drop this point, yeah, I've added you lot to the thing and put the thing in the back chat, innit? So come over to the other stream so they can hear you properly. So drop this point and everyone come over, innit? Cool.
Yeah, so the point I was going to make was this. Look, when you date a girl from Africa, you really see the difference between a girl from Africa and a girl from the UK, that westernized black girl. There's a massive difference. And for me, like when you say certain things, Ezra, you know what? When you say black girls, you're putting a whole of black girls
I didn't say black girls.
The whole world.
I didn't say black girls. Stop doing that, fam.
No. I know you did. Listen, I know you didn't. Yeah, I know you didn't. But I'm just saying, like, when you make certain statements, people perceive it as that.
Well, I don't care what they perceive, fam. Like, I'm saying what I'm saying, which is factual. I'm talking about my own experience. So if you perceive something stupid, then that's your business, isn't it? Like, I'm talking about what I'm saying, not what you perceive, innit? Like, that's not my problem. What people perceive, fam.
No, to be real, I didn't actually perceive that from what you were saying. I understood what you were saying, but I can understand how other people would perceive that, especially ladies. Women.
Yeah, let's jump in that one anyway, yeah?
Oh, is there a bit of space to talk now? Oh.
Yeah, and Nanifa, you know what? I was only asking for you to clarify a thing. I don't know. I thought you must have thought I was trying to go.
Lady Divine.
I was actually trying to understand what you were saying.
I just didn't know that was your profile, and then when I said that, you said something crazy, like. But anyway, let's try.
No, Nanifa, I wasn't even talking. I didn't even hear you talk about the profile. I was trying to understand what you were saying because I didn't understand. But then Lady Divine broke it down. Can you see our simple request to understand something? You took it the wrong way. I wasn't trying to like cuss you or shout at you or whatever. I was trying to understand what you were saying, but like.
And then you did diss him, sis. You get me? But come over.
I didn't diss him.
Yeah, you like your friend, your prime.
I feel you on the other side. I didn't diss no one.
Yeah, you might have found that this is. Anyway, let me not get into that because we know I get into these things. You know. I ain't on smoke like you, man. Them. I'm not on nada. Big up all the African queens.
No one's on smoke like Ezra, man. Ezra's a troublemaker.
I'm not a troublemaker.
Yo,
I'm just keeping it. See what it is? You know what it is? Get me? Being honest is the only thing that's going to fix this problem, fam.
What's the name of the...
Say again?
We can't be honest with our women, then we'll never fix these
problems
that we have.
And then we have to be honest with ourselves as well.
1 second, bro, man. That's what I'm saying.
God, I don't know.
I'm saying, if we can't be honest with our women, the problem will never be fixed. If the women can't be honest with men, the problem will never be fixed. It's just as simple as that.
No, Ezra, I think I gotta disagree with you because like not all women are the same.
No,
not all women are the same. Did I? Shut up, man. Irritating me. How much time people gonna say the same thing?
This is your convo, you know, Shahid. I tell you the truth now. This one might get a bit sticky.
Shahid with the cat, you know, with the cat picture.
Bruv, I don't care.
It throws me off, man.
I get sticky every day. Man gets sticky every day. Fam.
Big up man like Shahid. Wagwan Shahid.
Wagwan, brother, you good. Man can undo the stickiness, bro. Yes, man been stuck with the stickiness every day, fam.
Hold on, what?
Man, like my brother Raspet talking about me getting sticky, bro. Man's been sticky every day, fam. What's this about being sticky, bro? It's from day one, fam. Don't bring me that sticky news, bro. Don't bring me that sticky news, man.
Talking about sticky and having that cat picture, it ain't right, man. Not after your.
Nah, bro, man, free from cut, bro. Man, free from that.
The lies, they would never be lies to me about Shahid anyway. So
Shahid's a dumpster. He's my little brother.
On your dog,
Yo, it's always been sticky, you get me? But like I said before, and I was saying,
we say you just see a kitty and now you got doodoo all over your hands. Sticky.
Fam, no doodoo, fam. Man, free from it. Man, free from it.
You got doodoo on your hand. That's how you say.
Nah, blood. Man, free from it.
We know why your hands are sticky. You know what I'm saying?
It's man free from it. Kalas, bro. Man, not like a mouse who wants to do doodoo every day, fam. Yeah, trust me, man. Not.
It's not every day doodoo. Sometimes cats.
Bruh, I'm free from cats, bro.
What you saying? Not every day cats. Sometimes pretend you're black.
Listen, man, free from my past, bro.
Okay, every day pretend you're black. Sometimes defend the sticks.
No. I'm not a black man, fam. I'm not a black man.
So not every day pretend you're black. Sometimes defend the sticks.
Listen, I defend the sticks every day, but I'm not black.
What you saying? Not every day defend the sticks. Sometimes tell Betty she's got that Machiavelli. You got that Mac.
Listen, but he's some next level fat bitch. I shouldn't respect. Simple.
Billah. Would you say about my sister, my African queen? What do you?
Yo, why are you dissing black women for, fam?
I ain't dissing it. I ain't dissing black women. I respect black women, bro.
She says by her own definition that she's black up here, man. She ain't even black. So, bro, he can diss her as much as he likes, fam. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, but what I want to say this point though as well. One thing about our black women in Western part of the world, yeah, is that we got to understand that and understand that we're being attacked, and we know this, yeah. We know that the system is built against us, yeah. And one of their major targets, or has been, as well as black man, has been more, I believe, the black woman, yeah, in regards to how they feel about themselves, in regards to putting them down as the aggressor all the time when they stand up for themselves and talk their points and that as well. The same way black men do get it as well. Like as soon as you sort of defend yourself, and I've had this in the workplace where someone could be shouting, ranting and raving at me, but as soon as I stand up and defend myself, I'm the aggressor and I'm the madman. You know what I'm saying? But I think black women get that much more than us. It's more of a characteristic that's put on black women more than black men. Do you see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that they have it quite tough, and I think sometimes in the way I've weighed up things in my mind, I believe they've had it tougher, because when it comes to raising families, yeah, and having children, yeah, as much as we will say that it's hard on both sides, I believe it's much more difficult on the black woman. When a black man can easily decide one day if he's had enough and can walk away. Yeah. Whereas whereas a black woman who's raising up our next generation, and some of those black men have been raised in them sort of family units which aren't fully secure or stable, where they've had to still raise that child. So not only, or even sometimes some situations, been pregnant on their own, yeah. So got conceived, man left straight away. They were pregnant for 9 months, carrying that baby inside them. Then they bore the child, and then that baby sits to them for another 12 months. You know what I'm saying black men don't have that. Black men don't have that proper issue. The other things we have are other things which not superficial. That was the wrong word. Other things we have come afterwards. Things that we could kind of have had some sort of control in if our mind was right as well in the beginning. Do you see what I'm saying? So I believe, and it's not saying who's had it worse and this and that. I believe that it's just that they've had it pretty damn hard to a point where sometimes it's out of their control, which for me explains some of the wiling out that you might get when you see a woman wiling out on the man. You see what I'm saying? And then vice versa. Yes, a woman can also start nagging and start being annoying to that man, but I feel if a man's mind is in the right place, and I'm not for one trying to say mine is, no, man, I get in grief all the time, yeah? But if your mind's in the right place, you can control sometimes some of the outcomes and issues that you have if you're thinking a certain way beforehand. You know, that sort of hindsight thinking, oh, if I had done this, if I had done that sort of thing. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's where my stance is. It's not that who's had it worse or whatever. Yes, we have to come together. Yes, we have to be able to tell each other what the issues are. But I believe, and I feel the facts still point to the fact that our black sisters have it that little bit more difficult, to the point where when they say they're not being supported by us, we have to kind of take a look at ourselves and see what we can do to try and change that. And then also let them as well at the same time start talking about each other, and also holding the other women who are doing the real bad problems accountable, because I think that's when women do listen a lot of the time. Because I do kind of take the point a little bit where Ezra says some women don't listen because they're tough, they're strong, they've had to be, so sometimes they can go on milli and be tough. But I'll be honest with you, I kind of like that in a sister still. I do like that in a sister. All right, yeah, some people quite annoying, I can't take about. Yeah,
can we do this then? Can we do this? Can we ask the ladies how we could better support them? Well, let's just use Hangouts as an arena. How could we better support
get some actual different yeah. From the females, that is.
So go ahead, ladies. Brothers, how can us people, guys, black guys, better support you? Go ahead.
Like when we're being outright disrespected, obviously just step in and, like, you know, and just don't let that happen. Like, just step in. Like, it's simple. And like I said before, I've given examples.
You know what, Spice? You're a different one though. Still, like,
why?
I remember an instance where you was being disrespected by another lady, right? I couldn't get a word in edgeways, man. You was firing like a machine, like not even a
Yeah,
machine
but
gun,
that
like a
doesn't matter.
Gatling gun.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So, like, by you saying that, you're proving the point that you seem to think because I have a mouth, like I don't need to be thing when it's outright. Someone's
No,
outright.
that's not the point I was trying to make. The point I was
Okay,
trying to
yeah.
make.
Okay, but
No, it was that time with the back chat with Hawaii. Would have tried to get involved in what he's saying is what kind of a little bit of what Ezra's like.
Well, I didn't want to expose it like that, Respect, but yeah.
That doesn't matter,
cool.
man. It is where it is, man. It is where it is. It's not nothing new. We know that guy's a snake and she got banned out. But what I'm saying is, in that conversation, yeah, like Buddha couldn't get Edward word in to defend anyone. You know, like that.
I was screaming down my phone. Ain't nobody was listening to me.
What was going on? You know, like that. But obviously, that's not on. But that's human nature. Even when anyone's in that.
Was that on a back chat or another platform?
No, I think that was back chat. Still. That was back chat.
I think the thing had gone off air or something, and I was screaming at the top of my voice to try and say something or do something. But between the two of you, I don't think any one of you heard what I was trying to say. But yeah, I hear what you're saying, and like you saw, Spice, where possible.
Yeah, but I gave you examples of people that do it. I call that Respect. I call that Captain. I call that Books. Yeah, they don't seem to find a problem doing it. They know they can differentiate between when it's just like someone where we're having debate or where you can handle your own, and the difference to when they can see that the person is fully being out of pocket. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, but that's my point.
That
Like where I see it, I'll always jump in there and say something. You get what I'm
So
saying?
I weren't trying to generalize things because I gave you examples of people on here, but I was just giving my experience and I gave you examples. I've told you. I said that Respect's done it before. Books has come from the thing. Captains come out of nowhere and they shut it down because they obviously they know the difference between when you're obviously where I can handle my own or when someone's being completely out of pocket. You understand what I'm saying to you? And that's all I'm saying to you.
Yeah. Well, I can't think of an instance where someone screamed or cussed at you and I haven't said something. I can't remember of an instance like that. But
yeah, but I haven't been on a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't been on a lot of panels. I have been on a lot of panels where you've been on there, and that's
yeah.
But I'm saying, like, for instance, I'll be sitting on the panel and I don't know certain people on rest of the panel, and they'll come and they'll start attacking me about my picture or something and being just disrespectful. I don't know you from nowhere. You understand what I'm saying? That's not even the topic. You understand what I'm saying? So you're completely been out, and then we're getting into it, and then they're saying wild stuff, and then I'm there shouting to the point I don't realize that. But Respect's already kicked them. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying to you? That's what I'm talking about when thing, because everyone knows me on here. I'm not on here like warring with people and being out of pocket and being disrespectful with people. And that's what I'm talking about. We can just know the difference between when someone's completely been out of pocket. You understand what I'm saying to you? That's what I'm saying.
100. I hear you.
Yeah, opposed to like other females outside of that, no matter what they do, right or wrong,
cool.
they're running behind them. That's what I'm saying.
Can I get a little quick word? I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, go on, Nanifa.
That's it. Yeah, I want to kind of go back to what Brother Ezra, well, that's one point, kind of started with, and obviously he gave his testimony and so forth, and he said,
"Sorry, Nanifa, just to, did you hear what the question was initially? What Bugs was saying and what I said? Did you hear that bit? No.
Go on.
She wants to address something else.
Oh, you know what? I may be out. I might be going back because I might still be banging on about something that was the last topic. So let me not embarrass myself. Have we moved on?
Well, no, we can go back to that, but I just wanted to get a consensus because Bugs was saying that we should support the Black sisters as best we can. So my answer to that was, let's find out how we can do that, especially on Hangouts. Yeah. So like Black Spice was saying, like, we need to, if someone's going in on Black Spice, we need to jump in there and kind of regulate a bit more.
Not everyone,
what would you say?
And just obviously be aware of the perception that we're giving out. Remember, because even though you just might think it's the internet and thing, it's
I'm coming back, family. I'm coming back.
It's just the perception that you're giving out to other people. You understand what I'm saying to you? This is why people feel like it's very easy for them to be included into it. But then you're showing them that you don't have your back, and whether you like it or not, other people in other communities, they don't do that. So just to be mindful and don't just think it's because it's the internet. And that's all I'm trying to say. Like, even with the things you're saying and how you're perpetuating certain things, even if it's your ideals, just be aware that obviously there's a thin line between stereotypical ideals and perpetuating that. That's all I'm saying. Obviously, everyone has their own experience.
And I feel like well, I could say most of the people on this panel do exactly. Most of the gentlemen on this panel would do that, and I can't see any reason why they wouldn't. But Lainefa, what would you like to see?
What, in terms of on the hangouts and so forth?
Yeah. So when you're on the hangouts, how would you like black guys, brothers to better support you?
That's an interesting question. I mean, you see, for me, yeah. All right. You see, for me, if it's not your natural instinct, to do so, then it's calm, because then I just know what it is. You with me? So I wouldn't want to really sit here and say what I want man them to do in it. I would expect man them to know what they're supposed to do, just like I believe that I know what I need to do. You understand what I'm saying?
So the whole object of asking this question, because Bugs was saying the same thing, we should better support the sisters on the hangouts. Well, in general, basically, but for most of us, it's hangouts only. So the question is, how can we better support you? If you're saying to us, then you don't know, then
no. Well, that's not necessarily what I'm saying, but what I would say, you see, Carl, for me, all of this is just a reflection. It could be argued of real life. You with me? Yeah. So if you're defending your woman, or if you're defending females out of road, then you will be defending them on hangouts. It's
Absolutely.
just it's that. And if you're not, then you're not. You see what I'm saying? So for me, you with me? I'm not trying to sound contradictory or whatever, because, like I said, it is a good question, and maybe on a different day I would like to say, well, boy, you could do this, this, and this, but it shouldn't even be that, Buddha. You with me? A man's supposed to know what he's supposed to do, just like a woman's supposed to know what she's supposed to do. You with me? And I think, as stereotypical as people may try to make some of us this, that, and the other, the main ones of us on this thing here, we stand up firm when it comes to the thing. So till even we look bad. You with me? Because wait, hold on, I ain't finished. Because there isn't the parity check on the other side. You with me? So where we are stand up, yeah, and the others ain't standing up, then we look mad. Look, you get me? Yeah. So that's what it is, man. That's what it is. For real,
right, cool.
And that's real talk.
Okay, so the same question to Lady Divine. Are you there, Lady Divine? Lady Divine, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool. So same question to you. Do you need me to repeat it, or did you hear?
No, I heard.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to say is I noticed when the two sisters, you asked them the question, they were interrupted before they can even complete their sentence. So the first thing will be listen. Stop interrupting sisters when they're trying to get their full thoughts out. Listen. That will be the first way you can accommodate sisters on this panel. Number two would be not only just listen, understand. There's a lack of understanding. And I noticed that there's been semantic games been playing. It's been playing for the last 4 hours. I've been listening to the semantics and it's ridiculous. It's a joke. Understand it, listen, and try to assist in some way, shape or form. If you're not going to bring no assistance, keep quiet. And the same goes for us too. If we can't understand what they're saying and we don't get it and we're trying to articulate in a better way for them to understand they don't get it, then just don't say nothing at all. It just turns into argument. It's long. And another thing is going back off what Lainefa was saying. Lainefa was saying that basically like it seems to be well, she never said it in these words, but I'm gonna say it in these words, a one-sided thing. If we're riding out and we're defending the brothers and we don't feel like they're doing the same in the sense, then it kind of looks like we just look stupid. And if it's not gonna happen, we can't force a brother to do something. We can't tell them, oh, you need to get up on here and defend us, because it just makes it look like we're forcing our brothers, like, yeah, we're the dominant ones yet again. It's ridiculous. If they're not willing to do it, then okay, we're not willing to do it. We know what it is. But we're not gonna complain about it constantly.
So if I was to give you a couple of scenarios, maybe you could give me some advice as how to proceed. Would that be okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's hypothetically say, I don't want to use anyone's name in here. So let's just say Melanated Goddess and what's that other lady's name? Fine Wine. Just for examples. Yeah, I'm not them two are in an argument. Okay, what do us as brothers do?
Hold up.
Sorry.
Hold up. Before you go to the next question, yeah, I just wanted to agree with what Lady Divine said about the listening. The only place where I'd say that one thing she said I didn't think it was relevant, only to like men and women, and I think it's just relevant to just hangouts and conversations in general, was the cutting off of the women. Because I feel like women, sisters, yeah, when they hear something that triggers them, they cut off the man them as well. And I think the most cutting off that went on was Ezra to Books. So it doesn't mean that man them are cutting off sisters because they're sisters, or Books to Ezra as well. They're both cutting off each other. I think that's just an element within the hangouts about passionate conversations in general. You know what I'm saying? I don't think man them are cutting you because you're a sister. That's all I'm saying. I don't want people to feel like, oh yeah, because you're sisters, we're cutting you, and then when man them talk, everyone's listening. I think that's
not. Yeah,
I don't think that's.
I need to address that.
Everything else you said was I'm 100% with you on this. 100%. Yeah, go on, Ezra.
I have to address this.
Yeah,
like I said,
all right, go on.
I wasn't cutting no one off. Get me? I wasn't cutting no one off. Books came in, and even though what he said, I found slanderous against myself. Yeah, I sat there. I didn't cut him off. I listened, and then as soon as I tried to respond, now I'm getting cut off, fam. So obviously, if I'm gonna listen to you and you're gonna cut me off, next time you're speaking, you think I'm gonna sit there and listen to you? No. So that's why I was cutting him off. I'm like,
all right, cool. Asked him, Ezra, I think we've moved past that now.
I'm just saying, it. Like I won't put no one off.
All right, cool. Let's just keep it moving.
I don't cut.
So the question I was gonna ask Lady Divine is, yeah. So when we see two black ladies going at it, what should the brothers do in that instance, other than try and mediate it? Go ahead, Nynefa, Black Spice, anyone.
I'm going to go through what Ras said the other day. Ras said sometimes, remember, Ras has already hit that particular point. That's why I didn't even touch on it, because I know he's already addressed that. He's saying sometimes, and this happened with me and Nynefa, in fact, the other day, when I was pissed off with Nynefa, because I was like, why the hell are you jumping up on here talking about we need to calm down? Sometimes we've got to have it out. Don't get me wrong. That's an everyday thing. We're going to have it out. We're not always going to agree, but it's a case of understanding why we're having it out.
Okay.
And that's why I keep saying the understanding part.
Right. So let's just because I'm really thick when it comes to these things, so bear with me. So what if Nynefa turns around and says, yo, Buddha, how come you not help me? How come you not say nothing? How come you shut up? I know what time it is. Then what do we do in that scenario? Because then we're going to get Lady Divine saying the same thing to me. We're going to get Nynefa saying the same. Can you understand what my question is there?
Yeah, but this is not a playground thing. It's not a school thing, man. It's not.
Oh, this is Hangouts, Black Spice.
No,
kinds of fuckery happen on here.
No, Buddha. I'm not talking about that. It's not a thing where people can debate and have things, but if you're aware of this, if you are aware that people are being out of pocket, or for my instance with my girl, where it's a one-way disrespecting. Then I don't understand why anybody should be having that person on their platform or in the comments, like entertaining them being outright disrespectful, especially when you understand what I'm saying. But if people are debating and they're having a certain thing, people can rationalize and they can. That's different. It's not a thing where we're jumping for people to be taking side. That's not what it is. It's just in certain situations. And I'm not referring to man them on this panel. It's other panels where they full out have let women be disrespected and even kind of used us as a scapegoat for entertainment. And you understand?
Yeah,
so
no, definitely. I definitely
but if you're
understand
debating
that,
and see people debating and think there's not a problem, because Nynefa and Lady Divine, there's no way where they were actually going at it in a disrespectful way. You understand what I'm saying? But the thing about it is that we can't. Right now we're talking in this panel, and I'm talking, and we're not even referring to the people that we're actually talking about, because I just gave you examples, and all the people I gave you examples are actually here. But I'm saying,
Spice, can I ask you a question, please, sister?
Yeah, go on.
The one thing I'm not sure of is actually how and when a guy is supposed to decide when you need to be defended, right? The reason I'm asking that is because I know personally that the majority of the sisters that I hear don't essentially don't need to be kind of backed up, in the sense that they, like, most of the girls here, especially the sisters on the panel, they seem to be able to handle their shit without assistance.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
but
how is a guy
Ah,
supposed
no,
to
you
then make up?
guys.
get a
There
little
we
bit,
go.
More time,
getting a little bit.
I can't hear you, brother. Sorry.
I'm saying sometimes a brother will even go to get involved, and then the sister will say, "No, I got like sisters are very independent." I feel like the man them have got used to that, and sometimes even when the man them do step into things, I feel like I don't know. I feel like for me personally, more time, like, and this is what I said to Nanifa one time, like more time. I ain't trying to act like the sisters are any victims or like they're inferior to the man. So more time in a debate or even in in certain situations, a sister might do it better than the man them do. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I mean, respect. So how do we then decide? Like, I'm just gonna say it and then fuck it. Like sisters like Nuclear 9. Yeah, like she don't. I'm being honest. I feel like she's got this, innit? Like that's how I feel. Like if Nuclear 9 is on the set, I feel like I'm just gonna kick back and get my popcorn. She's got this, even when it gets heated and heavy. I feel like 9's got this. I haven't really seen 9 get dumped on yet. So how then do I decide if the sister's had enough or needs help or I don't know?
All right, can I get a word? Yeah.
Yo, is that Nuclear 9? Oh shit!
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah.
I mean, first and foremost, I do not consider myself to be Nuclear 9. That's a definite, like I said already. However, seemingly, yeah, the first time I as you call it, let off, first time I looked there already, I got the name Nuclear 9. Because remember, prior to that, I was the Lowit girl. Remember? All right.
No, I don't ever remember a time when you was Lowit girl. I don't remember.
Yeah. That was my label, Lowit girl, innit? I remember I'm always trying to squash and this and that and red, boom, boom, boom. All right. Anyway, forget that. Let me reverse a little bit, and I'm sorry if I'm going back, but for myself, it's all related. It's all part and parcel. You see what I'm saying to you? And I know my brother Ezra's there, so I have to bring it back. And it's a new stream, so we have little time. So Ezra, yeah? Because I think, like I said, no, it's not even that, Ezra, but I think like your testimony is really, really important to the whole thing. You understand me? Very important. Yeah? Carl, you said, yeah, obviously, I'll allow the demon bit for now.
Has there been a situation where the woman takes up for a man on him?
Wait, man. Just
man, I gotta steal one in, or else I won't get no talk for another 30 minutes. I gotta speak one in, or else it won't.
Interesting thing, though, yeah.
It'd be hard to get a man.
This whole thing is about how
can you hear the sister speaking? Or are you dumb?
About how the men.
I'm gone.
All right,
That's
sorry,
the
Nani, for
interesting
start again
thing.
because that imbecile was interrupting you.
You're an idiot, man.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, innit? The interesting thing is that this whole thing is supposed to be about how the women feel. You understand me? And you got a man them talking. But anyway, Ezra, back to yourself, Carl. I think, like I said, you're
hold on, Nani, for stop, please. Come on, listen.
All right, Buddha, let me talk. Buddha, let me talk, man.
But hold on, wait. I need to address this because we're trying to learn from you ladies, right? So when Alvin interrupted you, Ezra spoke up and told him to shut up, so did I. So we were fenning it, and you're still saying that man them blah blah blah.
But hold on, but Buddha, why are you putting that cap on yourself, Buddha?
What?
Why are you putting that cap on yourself? You said that Alvin's left, man.
Okay, no, I'm not putting a cap on myself. I'm putting on you.
Oh.
You're saying that we should fen it, and when we fen it, you turn around saying, "Yeah, man, them are interrupting us." And I'm thinking, did you not just hear us like me and Ezra just tell the guy to shut up?
Did you see who left, Buddha?
All right, you know what?
Yeah, but what he's saying is you're recognizing the person who's cut you, but you're not recognizing the people, the black brothers who stood up and spoke out against the person that cut you. You didn't recognize that. The only thing you recognized was the negative about the black men and not the positive about the black men. And sometimes this is the issue with these conversations, and it's the same with the black men. They recognize the negatives about black women and not the positives. Exactly. That's half of the issue. That is half of the issue right there. I'm being 100% honest. The other half is that the sisters don't feel comfortable in saying how they feel, and the brothers don't feel comfortable. That's the other half that is probably a problem in this conversation. But like when the brothers do step up, it's like there was no recognition. But then if one black brother comes in here and cuts you now, you remember that black brother. But you're not remembering the brothers who, the more than one brother, two brothers who cut off that brother and defended you. Do you know what I'm saying, sis? So you're complaining about black men not defending you, but then when black men do defend you, you don't recognize that. You're only recognizing the black men who are cutting you. Do you get what I'm saying?
I've always defended this man in ways you don't even know.
Oh my!
Trust me, always will. Huh? Go on.
I'll give up, man. All right, cool. Because all I was going to do is try a little conversation with Ezra, and here we are. But
now go on, make your point. Now go on, say what you're saying.
I've kind of lost my own train of thought, man. But really, I was going back to your original comment previously. Yeah, I know it's on the other stream, but like I was saying to myself, I think it held a lot of gems. Yeah. Okay. In that, you know, even when you were saying that as obviously as black men, yeah, you're the most this, that, and the other, right? Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I would agree with. You understand what I'm saying to you? But all I would want to say there, and that's what I'm saying, maybe this is where some of the breakdown kind of begins. You with me? Because obviously you are not on that journey alone, brother. You with me?
But if we've got someone arguing with us in the yard,
no, hold on. All right, so let's
then we are alone. And that's
all right, hold on.
I'm just gonna say for a lot of black men. I'm not gonna say.
All right,
I'm just gonna say for a lot of black men. All right, go on.
I'm saying, Bob, let's have the conversation in it, because that's what I'm saying. When you originally said it, I'll come in. I'm like, yeah, man, let's have the conversation. But I think people, you know, misconceived what I was really saying, because I'm saying this is a good conversation to have. You with me? You get me?
Yeah, definitely.
So that's all it was in that. But
yeah.
So exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
In that respect, and what I'm saying is that I think that you know, the testimony that you gave is a good foundation, you with me, in which to build on the thing. That's all it was.
Yeah.
You get me? Because what you said, I know it's a common thing. So it ain't even like a, you know what I mean? What you said is it. It's a common thing. What I hear man to say in it. So that's what I said. Come on then, let's deal with this, innit?
And imagine this, yeah. All right, and let me show you something. Like, this is where I'm coming from. I'm in the barber's the other day. Yeah, the barber's Trinidadian. Yeah, like the shop's full. Yeah, there's a man in the chair. He's talking to the barber and he's explaining about his stress at home, and it sounded very familiar. Everybody in the shop, yeah, is going for the same thing. Then, yeah, don't forget, my barber's from Trinidad. He brought his wife over here. He's only been here. He's been here less than 5 years with his wife here. My man has turned off his clip because everything is like, no. He's saying, right? He's saying, how come every one of my customers, from the corporate black man to the roadside black man to just the average black man, yeah, all of them got the same problems in UK with their British black girl. He's saying, and he said personally himself, this is him now, the same me. He said, if he never brought his wife from Trinidad, yeah, he would have got a white girl over here because he ain't going through everything what all his customers going through. No way. And that's a man who's come from outside of our society, and he's telling us this from what he's experienced. So there's a lot of things we have to address, and it's not just the women's fault. Definitely not. Don't think I'm saying that.
But that's what I'm saying, babe.
It's not that.
That's what I'm saying, babe. Let's have the conversation, because I thought it was very poignant when you said, you know, even gave that whole barber talk whereby basically all the man them, you with me, are under the whole stress and, you know, if but and maybes. Now, obviously, for a woman hearing that's very distressing. You with me? Because obviously, from that, we are, you know what I mean? We are flopping major, big time. So let's have the conversation. That was my only point, because it breaks my heart to hear a brother say, well, boy, you see what I'm saying to you? The whole barbershop.
And it breaks mine too, sis. It breaks mine too. That's the reason why I addressed it. And I'm glad that you've actually addressed it, because it's something serious. It's a serious thing. Yeah, me, like everybody on the panel and in the chat.
Equally, Ezra, as not even looking to address that, we have to address how the sister then feel as well.
100%. And I feel like, yeah, 100%. And I feel like that does get addressed a lot more than the mistake and the mistakes that the black man makes, yeah, and the behavior of the black man gets addressed a lot more than the behavior of the black woman. Like that's just the facts.
Okay, so let's try a little thing today, innit? Let's try a little thing, innit?
I think brothers like Alvin set sorry, just quickly at 95. I think like brothers like Alvin set I think he set a bad tone for this conversation, yeah. But I feel like we're bringing it around slowly but surely.
Nah, man, we're all right. We're all right. We're all right. Because, and you know what? Sorry.
I don't think Alvin is disingenuous as well.
Nah, neither do I.
I think he's like genuine in what he's saying, but I think that sometimes his delivery is off. But yeah, we are streaming again. It's 8:45. We've been going from 1 o'clock last night. You don't know. So I kept up with the announcements on a regular, I've been in and out, but we're there. Right now we're having a conversation about men and women and communication, and hopefully we can all get clarity. I know the brothers in general are going to be in one side, feeling like the brothers ain't listened to, and anytime they say anything to the sisters get emotional and don't listen. That's how the brothers are going to feel, and the sisters are going to feel like the brothers ain't listening to nothing they're saying and just cutting off the sisters, and they can't hear them. That's how the sisters are going to feel. That's the tone of energy I'm feeling from the two sides right now. But hopefully we can, you know, communicate and find some clarity. I think Nynaeve and Ezra are definitely setting a good tone where that's concerned right now. Yeah, big up the 29 likes in the building.
Respect. You know, my question didn't get answered though, slightly. Like my thing was to the sisters, like when, like how do we decide?
Let me just finish and then we get back to that one.
Yeah, no doubt.
Me and the thing, when the love cut me, you know. But it's always there's someone like you know.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Everyone picks their turn, like let me get him this time. You know, like that. I say you not got a hangout screen for a second.
Rash, this pussy holes in there, man.
Who?
Bullets, man.
Where is he?
He's there, man. Kick him off, man. Bullets, fuck out of there, man. Ain't got time for your bullshit, man. Yeah, the lesbian ass looking motherfucker on the camera there. What you want, Bullets? What you want? What you want, pellets?
Yeah, let me just finish talking and then boom, we can get to pellets and everything else, my people. Very, very hard when I'm talking, and then there's always a cut. I just was telling Ultra about cutting me, and then Books is coming telling me about pellets, and then something else is gonna happen. You know, like that.
Finished, but I finished.
Hey, but anyway, I'm dead, man. You lot talk, man. I'm dead.
Pellets, fuck off, man. What do you want? What do you fucking want, you fucking pussy hole? You fucking bozo. What do you want? Huh? You gay porn watching motherfucker. What do you want?
So, man. Are you?
What you want?
I'm chilling, man.
Chilling what? What you come to chill here for? Man, I want you here.
I come to watch the show.
Watch a show from the fucking chat then, you pussy hole.
Alright, folks, easy, man. Easy.
Fucking man, he's a fucking pussy. I swear down, if I saw that boy, I'll draw blood from him in my fucking bare hands. He's a pussy.
Whoa, Bugs, yo, what bro?
Black man like that, you know. These are the type of man that women talk about. There's these type of bozos right here, and then fucking tarnish everyone with the same fucking brush. Okay. You're gay, bro. What's up with you?
Yeah, Bullets, I'm not gonna lie, bro. You upset Bugs, bro. I don't know.
I don't like him.
I don't know, bro. You upset Bugs like Bullets. I don't think I can help you, bro.
He's a fucking pussy hole, man. He's a fucking gay pussy hole. Black gay men are the worst, man. Gay black men are the fucking worst, man. Dickhead. Getting bent over and fucked by the white man. Happily to do it. Pull down his own trousers for them. Dickhead. You're lucky it's a fucking Lions Den. I would have dashed you long time, you fucking prick. Trying to throw off the fucking conversation. Dickhead.
Anyway,
I'm not gonna lie. For fuck's sake, man. Bullets, I can't help you, bro. You pissed off Books in a way.
You like to distract you still.
Yeah, I know I have still. I know.
He didn't say nothing yet. I was talking and you cut me to talk about Bullets. You know,
no, because he's coming on, but I saw the screen share. That's what it is. So when I see the screen start to share, it gets me a bit pranked still. I don't know. You get me?
I hear you, but Bullets ain't nothing, man. Bullets is just a fact.
Fucking, but you know what? Whilst sorry, I threw everyone off. I did have a question, a decent question still, and I want to put it to my brother. I want to put Ezra and them on here and Buddha and everything, because Buddha put a good question earlier when he said about.
I asked a good question too. Just saying.
Yeah, well, you're correct, man. We get you, man. You make us wait for them buses so long, man. You can wait now, man. So
fair enough.
What I'm saying is that.
Bullets, yo, chat to me, cuz. Chat to me, cuz.
Nothing proper to say, fam.
No final words. All right.
Dash him out, bro. Get out of here, Bullets.
I see you shining.
Do you know what, Russ? We got like 4 sisters in the back chat waiting to get on. We ain't got time for this foolishness.
Yeah. Let him.
Right. You know what? If they want to get on, I'll jump off. It's cool.
No.
I
mean, just before brothers, because I'm looking to. I got to go as well still. But what I wanted to ask,
I need to go on.
He did ask a question about if the women could find.
Hold on, stranger. You taking someone's space? You need to.
That's
jump
Bob.
off.
He has no part in this conversation. This is the foolishness we're talking about.
Oh, fuck's sake, man! Go away.
I'm trying to mess up.
I'm gonna bounce him, because Ivan, Empress Ivan is trying to jump.
Yeah, right, because listen, family.
Hold on, sis. Costume Cosmetics is trying to get on as well.
Yeah, she needs to come on as well. So what I'm saying, the question is quickly, is what things would you have women, what are the problems that women have that you'd have them change or speak about right now? And I'll start it off by saying one of my biggest things that I feel is an issue is the communication. It's the lack of communication. I mean, when there's an argument or disagreement.
Get everyone on the panel and go into the conversation, because otherwise we're gonna have to stop halfway through and get everyone on.
Yeah.
Let's just took Ivan Love's position. Oh, I don't know. But she was there first, so she definitely gets first. So there's someone else that's looking to get on.
No, it's cool, Ras. I'll jump off and then Ivan can jump on. Yeah.
And Kushti as well.
I'm gonna jump off as well. I just want to hear his questions.
Well, no, some of you guys.
Haley, can you make a space for Kushti, please? Haley?
Nah, I need to go. I'll come back.
Ezra, I need you, Ezra. I need you, fam.
You can't go nowhere, Ezra.
You can go first.
Seriously, I've got like 10-15 minutes then still.
So then let's get on to your because your thing set the trend, man. Yeah, and I think that before we even get to the YouTube thing, your thing needs to be addressed or discussed, because I think that, you know what I mean? Because remember, through your testimony, basically we have a situation here whereby
1 minute 90. If I said Kushti, you take Ivan's Love place, and she was.
No, bro. Kushti's supposed to be here. We need Haley to bounce from
the man.
Sis, right now.
I'll come off. Irene, come on.
No, 1 minute. Yeah. What I'm saying is, we don't need to. You know what? This is foolish. Because like obviously Ezra's ducking. So when Ezra ducks, Kushti can come on. Ivan Love come back on, or Kushti come back on, or Lady Divine. Whoever's coming back in, come back in. I just know that Ivan Love was the first one in line, and Melanated Goddess jumped in before, innit? So I just want to do it in line of the people that join the chat rather than, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool.
Let someone else jump on.
You didn't know any difference, sis. You didn't know any different. I'm just trying to make sure I'm just doing the things by the book rather than.
How many spots do you need? I can jump off too, Raspberry, if you need me to.
Well, I think
I'll leave.
I think if you don't, I think we want to have a balanced panel in it. Like, so I think we do want to have like men and women, like that. 5 men, 5 women, 10 on the panel. Yo, Bob, this is a different conversation. Yeah, it's a different conversation. You just took someone's space, cuz.
All right, I'm gonna leave. I just have one thing to say.
Go away, man. Go away, you prick. Fuck off, bro.
Toodles.
We don't want to hear your garbage, bro. Get out of here.
Yeah, Bugs, you know the way you feel about bullets? That's how I feel about Bob.
You're more controlled than I am.
Urza, what color is your dog, man? What color is your dog?
Next
Bro,
time.
I don't even want to hear your stupid mouth right now, fam. I don't want to hear no Arabic.
Anyways, I'm leaving. That's all I have to
Yeah,
say.
just go, bro. Shut your face and duck out, blood.
Already. Leave.
Man,
Leave.
you,
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Bro, you ain't even got a woman, bro. You can't contribute anything to this conversation. Just take your dick out of your hand and fuck off.
Yo, can I get this question popped up here, Ras?
Why do you attract so many extremists, Respect? I don't get it, man. Why do they like you so much?
Please, Haley.
Oh, fucking hell.
Listen, family.
I just want to smash up my computer. I can't lie. I can get a big bat and just smash up my computer. I've been live for like 20 hours. I'm getting irritated. I beg you just deal with things one at a time. Everyone can talk at once. It's not going to work. So, like, let's get it funny. Push through Our Lady Divine. Come back in the building. When Ezra leaves, the other one can come back in. Yeah, and then once everyone's in, we start the conversation because there's no point us conversating while trying to get people from the back chat in. And it's just going to get disrupted by trying to get more people from the back chat in. And it's going to be annoying. So one of the sisters, can you jump in before me?
Oh shit! My phone just came off again. Hold on. I gotta do it again.
We can hear you still.
You can still hear me.
Oh, fuck it. I'll do it up. I'm out.
Put the back down,
Alvin heard said.
Yo, if you're enjoying the show, press the like button, hit the PayPal, respect out.
Respect, chill. Put the back down, man. If you stop the computer, it stops the flow, fam.
I've been live for like 5 days straight, so I'm gonna start screaming off the top of my voice. Like,
I know. Look at
your respect. Alvin heard that you said.
I know I'm irritable right now, so I know it's not even the thing, but I'm just getting extra stressed right now. I'm getting anxiety. I'm just gonna go in.
Now, Ras, before you go, brother, I've got to duck out. I've legitimately got to work, right? But I would say to you, my don, you need to get some sleep, yeah? Because you're showing all the signs of fucking sleep depravity. Sleep deprived. You need to get some food and some rest. But big up yourself. Big up all the ladies on the panel. You know Ultra loves you. Fuck's sake, I love you, man. Come here. Anyway, man, them on the panel. I'm thumping my chest for you. I've got to work. So, peace and love. Peace and love. Come on.
Enough love.
Yo. Where are you going?
Yo.
Please, I beg you, I need to go.
Okay, quickly. So what the question was, if what things would we want to see women change or address amongst themselves? Obviously that we can't really control, that you'd like to see, because one of my things, and I'll start off is the communication thing. I think it's very important. Sometimes when talking, there's sometimes mixed wires, or once there is the question's got across, there's like a blanking thing where there's just no talking, and women sometimes expect you to be able to read their minds and all them ones there. And that's my biggest thing, is like that lack of communication is massive, man. Massive between the sexes. Between each other, it's cool. They can chat to each other all day long and talk all sorts of details. But when it comes to talking to the man them, they don't talk clear, and then they even say that man them talking riddles as well. That's what I've heard recently. So what things would you change? One thing for me is the oh, for fuck's sake, man. Whoa, Bob, man, what the fuck, man? These are our shit, man.
Hold on.
Yeah, so for me, basically, I'd say, the first thing I'd change, I agree with you on the communication. That's definitely the first thing in it. Communication on both sides. But if you're asking me, what do I think the women could change? Is that your question?
But what you think that they need to, or and also what they can change. What's going on, man? We are being sabotaged.
Okay. For me personally, it's just about, what's it called? A bit more humility and humbleness. Like our women, I'm not, like I said, I'm not expecting them to be no little kittens and that. Like we've got strong women, yeah, and that's how.
Yeah, yeah.
You got some background noise, so you have to keep your mic on mute. When you're not talking.
My mic's not on mute all this time.
Yeah, all this time. Yeah,
All right.
The bomb queen and the Jocelyn.
You might have to mute me because my phone is not letting me do that.
Hey, can I say something?
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, man, did you hear me? Like, fucking hell, man.
Bye, Langton. Bye.
No, chill. Go on, Ezra.
But Ezra.
Finish up, Ezra.
Ezra, can I quickly ask you a question, bro? Huh?
Can I answer Biggs, please, quickly?
Sorry, darling. Go on, darling.
It's like,
Go on.
I feel like, yeah, for us, yeah, it's a bit of humility. Obviously, the men have got a lot of stuff they need doing too. This question's about the women before you say, just get me. It's just the women now I'm talking about. I feel like a bit more humility and humbleness, yeah, will definitely help black relationships. Because I feel like that's one thing that our women have lost. You get me? Like I look at my grandma and my granddad. You get me? That's who I judge it on because they're still together. And that generation of our grandma and granddads, most of them are still together. So we have to look at them and think, yeah, what made them work? Do you see your grandma running up her mouth to your granddad? No, she might tell him certain things, yeah. Get me? She even runs the yard, but guess what? When granddad's had enough and he puts down his foot, yeah, grandma ain't got no more talking. It's done. Class. Hear me? That's what I'm saying. It's like that certain respect for their man. It's gone. It's not the same anymore. And all I'm saying is a man in this modern age, you can take it for a little bit, you know, being this guy who's just got this dominating woman around him and can't tell her nothing. But I'm telling you, that can only last so long. Hear me? The man ain't going to be able to put up with that for so long because he's a man and his manly instincts are going to be telling him, I can't deal with this. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to go and find a woman that will be a bit more humble. So what I'm saying, I'm not saying it's all black women. I'm saying like, this is the main problem that I see in black women today. Like, man can't really tell them nothing again. And like, because of this, it's not really your fault. It's this feminism stuff that's going on in the West. Our sisters have been caught up in this feminism. Yeah,
Ezra,
our sisters have got
I think sometimes people that don't subscribe to feminism are affected by feminism in ways that they might not even be able to see.
Exactly, exactly.
Sometimes you might not subscribe to it, but some of the ideologies and the mentalities, mainly being noticing problems in men without sometimes being able to take criticisms to women, that's like a very feminist trait. And sometimes I think we sometimes see that, and I think we see the chauvinistic thing with men sometimes is in that they don't want to hear nothing from a woman, but they want to tell women what to do and control women. So yeah, that's my
respect.
You know what it is? I feel like women can't even like.
I got
you don't really hear women tell men sorry anymore. But you guys, I'll be back in a bit.
Finish.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, for me, that's one of the main problems that I see in black relationships. Yeah, like, you know, we don't get that same respect that the other nations are getting from their women. Fam, we have to be honest, fam. We're not getting that same respect. Like, in a lot of cases, it's like men have got an enemy in their yard, fam. There's a reason why most black men. Okay, then look at these black men that leave their kids here. It happens very often. Do you really think that all these men that are not with their kids just don't want to be around the kids no more? Or is it a fact that they can't be around the woman no more? They just can't.
Yeah,
like,
I agree with that. A big deal, man. I do agree with that statement right there. That one there does resonate with me still.
You get me? Come on, you get me? So it's like there's a reason. Like, we have to address these things.
Yeah, that one there. It's not, if you love your children, it's not very easy to get up and walk away from them if you're a real man who's been providing and doing everything. So you got to ask yourself that question is, why has it got to a certain stage that he's actually said to say, look, it's probably better that man bounce because it ain't healthy even for the youths. And it's got to that stage where man's even given up the thing that he probably loves most dearest in the world, nearest and dearest, because of his sanity. And that's it's a big question, that one there. It's a big one still.
Yeah, I know it's not a popular thing, but it's something that needs addressing. Like, I know, like, we can go into the men stuff, and there's 100 things that men can do better and should be doing. But I'm saying like when it comes to the women, there's stuff that need addressing, fam. Like we don't like a lot of people don't have these problems. Like okay then, oh man, wait, one second.
Okay, can I interject at some point?
There's a one. I don't know what comedian it is, yeah, but there's a comedian out there. It might be Jamie Foxx or someone, and you like let me know if you've heard it. It's like when a Chinese man comes home from work, it's here's some water, here's some food. Yeah, I set you a bath. Get me? When the white man comes home from work, yeah, it's yeah, what do you want for your tea? In fact, tea's on the table already and all these things. Get me? When the black man comes home from work, it ain't none of the above. You know? And that's just, you know.
You know what? It's been really wonderful listening.
That's your.
Okay, then let's do a vote. Let's do a vote, yeah. Let's do a vote to prove up there.
That one run.
So no, women can't. No, okay, cool.
1 minute, sis. You said
okay, how many black men here have their food ready when they come home?
1 minute, Ezra. Did you see that? Did you see that? Ezra said something about the black sisters. Yeah, respect as a brother coming in to defend the sisters. Now Nifa said, "What? You're not gonna let me talk? All right, cool." And put our mic on mute. So that's what I'm saying. In another situation, when Ezra says that, sisters in the chat, am I wrong for staying silent? Because Nifa just clearly.
Brass, don't try to switch the thing. Yeah, you said what you said. I put myself on mute. Don't do that. Just talk the thing, fam.
Hey, respect, let me know when I can get a word in, bro. It wasn't a tone as in, yes, respect, go defend the team. It was, respect, you're cutting me off. You're not letting me talk. Okay, let me mute my mic. So I'm saying, if you're going to put out energy that when I'm defending...
Is that what it is, Russ, yeah? Or is that how you've interpreted it? I went to talk, you went to talk. All right, I said, all right, then cool, talk. Russ, don't do that, man. Seriously, stop that.
So shall I play it back, sis? Let me play it back for you. Because you'll hear it. You understand? I'm not saying...
This is proving the point, though. This is proving the point. Let me know if you've heard it. It's like, it's taking...
That's your.
Okay, then let's do a vote. Let's do a vote, yeah. Let's do a vote to prove up there.
So no, women can't. No, okay, cool.
No women can't. No, okay, yeah. So you said 90 for no women can't. Basically, no women can't speak. No, okay. So I'm saying, and I went to defend you, 90 for my sister. My sister's a Lady Divine, melanated goddess. I beg you not to hear this because Ezra said something about the sisters. I went to defend the sisters. My sister said no woman can't talk. So when the brothers say, okay, Nineefa's got it, when Ezra says something, we're going to leave it out. Spice might tell me when Ezra said something, I didn't check it. But now, no, sis, it's a real dichotomy. It's a real dichotomy. And sis, we can't solve these solutions without at least addressing these things, sis. Because this is my genuine feeling. From what you said, I got a genuine feeling that maybe I don't want to cut in and defend again because Nineefa's going to take me defending her as me not letting her talk. And this is what we're saying when we say the sisters are very independent. And sometimes even when the brothers step up to fight for them, the sisters make it seem like we're oppressing them or we're not letting them talk. So then we ain't gonna talk then. And I think if the sisters don't look this in the face, you understand, as well as I have things and the brothers have things to look in the face, I don't think we're ever gonna find solutions. I'm being honest, sis, because I went to defend you. You said women can't talk. So it's like, what do I do, Lady Divine? What do I do, Melanated Goddess? What do I do, Nineefa? What do I do, Spice? Because this is a real situation.
All right, Russ, let the thing run. Let's try and get to... I hear what you're saying. Let the thing run now, Russ. All right, cool. I hear you.
Can I interject for a second?
Go on, Melanated Goddess.
Okay. It's been so much. I was listening in the chat and everything. I was at work like, what the heck? And all of this stuff. But I don't want to take the conversation back. I really would like to address Brother Ezra because I don't want him to feel like someone is running from addressing the issues that women have. You know, I'm not sure if I've done it on like Respect Official but I definitely know on Bugs' channel, on Constructive Convo, and any other kind of platform I have the opportunity to, when there is a situation that is specifically when a woman is doing, or when women as a whole, when we do something wrong, I have said multiple times, it's better when women check other women, right? Just as I've learned that it's better for men to check men. If I tell a dude, yo, you being real disrespectful, he gonna be like, no. But when a brother checks another brother and says, man, come on, yo, you don't gotta deal like this, or whatever, or whether it's whatever issues, paying child support, visiting your kids, how you treat your woman, whatever, men respond better when a man tells another man that. Just like if I said, sister, you know, I've never seen your real hair. How come you don't ever show your hair? She could have a better dialogue with me as opposed to a man telling her, oh, you accepting the European standard of beauty, queen, you don't respect yourself. They don't want to hear that shit coming from a dude. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to automatically get that friction. Now, when it comes to a man, the black family and the black household, you know, I represent that all day, every day. So a woman should make her his when he comes home, she should be his peace. Absolutely. So if a woman is out of line, just like I was putting in the chat, your friend loved a whatless woman. He fell in love with a whatless woman. That's not a representative of all black women. You understand? So he had a whatless woman who didn't want to do nothing and X, Y, and Z. But that's not how black women are. But when you on a panel and that whatlessness becomes the example of a black woman, then that's bad luck. Just like I could say, my friend, you know, had a man that bust her up and fight her and he hit her, or he don't come and see his kids, and she even drive the child to him, and I could tell you that she said, hold your seat down so I can go on a job interview, and he was unemployed, and he said, nah, and he grabbed his keys and he left the house. Now, is that an example of black fatherhood? No. But if I say that on the internet, I'm putting it out there that black men don't give a shit about their kids, right? So that's what Spice was saying about the representation, that the one example that you give is a bad one. So to answer your point, Ezra, I feel that black women have had to be put in this position where we need to learn how to be submit to our men. We have to learn this stuff because we have been in a place where we are the mother, father, doctor, lawyer, everything. And all of a sudden you expecting this gentleness that these other ethnic groups had the luxury of still having, right? Because they got daddy at home. They was raised with their fathers and shit like that. So have realistic expectation of your counterpart. If you're a black man and you only been raised by your mother, then you already know the struggle of being a single a woman. Our struggle. So where you expecting all of this other this you trying to, I don't understand. You should have more, you should deal with her with more understanding. Like, why is she so hard? Why is she so strong? Why you should, I don't understand, because we understand you. We understand that why you ain't got no money, because motherfuckers ain't trying to hire you. We understand that shit. So why you can't understand our stuff?
Exactly.
I'd say, man,
we understand y'all be in jail. We understand the system. They trying to lock y'all up and stuff. We understand racism and white supremacy and how it comes against you. We understand your struggle. You got to understand, why is those girls out there twerking their ass? Because they was fucking molested. That's why. Look at them with some understanding.
No, but look, okay, then, but sis melanated. Those sisters that
especially Ezra, as you're the man, yeah.
Ezra, 2 seconds, please, Ezra, just 2 seconds, please, because I just don't think it's fair.
I'm gonna forget what I want to respond to this though.
Let me just 2 seconds. I'm just gonna say, I don't think it's fair when the sisters say, that they understand our struggle. But then you'd say that we don't understand your. But if the brothers were to say the same thing, you'd say that was the brothers putting the sisters down. But
respect, Ezra said that he, the black man, is the most that rare tear on earth.
But that was,
and at no point did he put us in his struggle.
But okay, so if a black woman comes and says he's the worst, then I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna put that on all black women, or do I have to take?
No, what I just said is I actually spoke on both of our struggles, Respect. What I'm saying is
So wait
that
there.
black women.
Is the black woman getting killed the same as the black man?
It's when you make a proclamation.
Is the black woman getting killed the same as the black man?
And we
It's not the same.
She is getting killed. It's just not as reported.
Not the same.
Like it is.
She getting killed at the same rate as the black man. Melanated.
It's the black man getting molested the same rate as the black woman. Come on, man. Are we gonna do
She
this?
getting killed the same. Fam, I'm talking about getting killed. I'm saying, like, I feel about getting killed, and you're talking about molested. It's never just in the actual point. This is what keeps on happening. Wait there. This is what keeps on happening. Listen, 1 second. Sis, I listen to you, you know. Sis, I listen to you, you know. So I'm saying, you can't even tell them nothing. This is the point. This is the point I'm making. You're just proving my point.
I've got to mute everyone, yeah? Look, everyone, yeah, just take it in turns to speak, yeah? I'm just saying, yeah, that when sisters make outlandish claims that the brothers don't understand and the sisters just understand, I would say that that's where sometimes the problem is, because the sisters don't understand a lot of the time and the brothers don't understand. We both don't understand. That's why we're having this debate now. So the brothers ain't unanimous that the sisters are understanding them, and the sisters ain't unanimous that the brothers are understanding them. So for the sisters to go out and think, another thing is outlandish statements like the reason why she's twerking is she was molested. Like, for me, that makes no sense. Like you can't say like every girl that twerks was molested. Like that don't make much sense. I feel like that's just like that might be your opinion, but like there might be girls who that did get molested, and there's certain girls who probably got molested.
Brother. We know
When can I speak?
It wasn't for you to take so literal. It wasn't for you to take so literal.
Why is melanated?
Can I address what she said?
Why is Ezra cutting me? I don't get it. Let me just say my point, because once you lot start saying your point and you get cut, you're not gonna like it. Yeah.
No,
so,
go ahead. You good? Sorry.
I just tell the guy to speak here.
Alvin, I can't lie. This conversation has got very deep. You dropped out, you dropped back in. There's a long list, yeah, of people that want to cook, yeah. Just hold up. I know Melanated Goddess, Ezra, Books, just they've been waiting for time and the thing's hot. But I am gonna bring you in after that, yeah. But what I'm saying is, yeah, like there's women who probably got molested and it made them proper anti-sexual. Like they don't even like men. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's women who got molested, and some of them will become hypersexual. But that doesn't mean that all of the women who are twerking, which was kind of what I was alluding to.
No, I think, but it was too general, right? So I didn't mean for you to take it so literal. I was saying that the reason why our women are over-sexualized, right? So, because I was a little passionate in the moment, I didn't literally mean every single woman who twerks, because you know we could talk about the cultural aspects of gyrating and talk about our ancestry, but I'm speaking of, you know, because it is a huge problem in our community, a very large problem in our community, not like minimal. So I wasn't trying to trivialize Black men being murdered and so forth, but what I am saying is that we are not each other's enemies, right? We both have issues. We both, and so therefore the outcome that we have is a combination of our issues coming together. That's all I was trying to say. So I was saying that Black men have to worry about getting killed up in the street, and Black women have to worry about getting raped or violated by their brothers, uncles, cousins, and fathers and so forth. That's all I'm trying to say. So when you got a woman and she's so guarded and she's so this, and you trying to understand her, you got to understand that where she's coming from, the same way that she's trying to understand where you coming from. So I'm not getting into the gender war with you, brother. Y'all are my brothers. I'm not against y'all. Shit is real for us both.
Can I come in there, sis? Do you mind if I come in there, Ras?
100% I agree with that.
Oh my God. Go on.
I guess I just can't talk.
Yo, Alvin, are you there for something? Why do you do that?
Like, Alvin, we just gonna try to go through the ranks, yeah?
Your mic is kind of low too, brother Alvin.
Like, yeah, your mic is hella low, horribly low, like, Alvin. I can't lie. Yeah, I'm gonna send it on to Ezra, yeah. But I go on, Ezra. I'll come in after. Go on.
Yeah, I just want to address what Sis 9 Eva asked me a minute ago, and
What was sis? What was your main point again? Because that was a good question still. Like,
well, that's what I was actually going to touch on, because I'm saying, because obviously it came out of your point about the cooking of the food, yeah. And one of the Melanated Goddess' main point was that brothers have to check brothers and sisters have to check sisters. And one of Spice's main points and Lady Divine's main points is when brothers say things wrong, brothers don't step up to defend them. So what I'm saying is, in the case now where we had a real case scenario with me and you, where you said something, I disagreed and I tried to check. You understand? And but unfortunately, yeah, it's like this is where I feel like it's up to the sisters to be vocal as well. Because remember, I've tried to check and I've been told that sisters can't talk. So I've been put in a position where I've kind of been put as an oppressor of a sister for trying to defend the sister. So this is
by defending her, yeah.
saying. So I feel like Spice, Melanated, Lady Divine, I feel like these are that's the side that the man didn't want to hear the sisters address. The same way.
And Rash, isn't that the point?
As a man,
ain't that the point I'm making?
I'm gonna address Ezra on what I think about that food thing. Yeah, I think things like that. That's where the rest of the sisters, because otherwise it's gonna seem like the sisters are only speaking up when the man are in the wrong. But when your sister's in the wrong, you don't want to tell your sister, yeah, sister, this might actually be what is creating the situation. So it would be good to get the sisters' insight on how that conversation went. You know, like that. I don't want that one to go over without getting that. But Ezra, go through, brother.
Yeah, like you said, fam, there's that point there where like I said, I'm not trying to put anyone down, fam. I'm just trying to address issues that are definitely happening. And like, Ras, let me ask you a question now. Yeah. So like this will kind of confirm or, you know, deny what I'm saying. Do you have any immediate friends, yeah, or family members, yeah, in our generation that have black women and who come home every day and get food? Or to the black men that you know, are most of them still getting food unrolled and all of this stuff? Like, is it the same as what we have the same system as what they have with their women? Do we get the same treatment?
I think in the West, Ezra, I don't think this is what I was going to say. I don't think this is a racial problem, especially now as it might have been. And I think if you look at the older generations of white, Asian, and black people, that was a natural custom, yeah. And I think the more everyone's become more integrated into the society, but I think white girls are doing it too. I think even Asian girls that are kind of westernized are doing the same thing, where it's not becoming a normality. But then I'd say, Ezra, that's where we as man them, during that hunting season or that courting season, like, you got to know who you're dating. Like, for me, that's a specification, B. Like, we can't really go past the door unless that. So me with the sisters, I can't lie. Every sister I've been with, food's on the table when I get yard. Like, but that's because the women that
but not in the same rate. Yeah.
But I do know, Ezra, but what I do know is there's other dons, yeah, you go to the yard, ask for food and get cussed. You get me? I know that happens to other dons. No, I know, I've been there, I've seen it, yeah? So I'm not saying that's not happening, but I'm saying that's kind of on the man them, the same way it's on the sisters if they get with a guy who's not looking to provide and then complain that he's not, like if you weren't providing before you had youth and then you have a youth for him and complain that he ain't providing, sister, that's your thing. If she wasn't cooking for you before you had a youth with her, and then she has a youth and you expect her to suddenly go in the kitchen, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's based on the first element in there. But there is a thing within our generation, yeah, of that slowing down. I think the sisters can look at some of their friends and see that. And even if it's not a thing where they're not thinking, like we're in that microwave. We just come out of the freezer food and the microwave and the grill food generation. That's what we are, like that, fam. So really, when you cook up
fam,
and all of them things there, days ain't really as
trust me, Rasta.
Sorry, Ras, can we interject? Can I address my sisters finally? Because Ezra's taking up a lot of time, and I want to address my sisters.
A lot of time? I've hardly spoke. Yeah, liar, man.
Okay, I bet that be a lie, but can I address my sisters? Nanifa, I want to talk to you, sis. Sis, can you mic up for me?
Yeah, go on, sis. I'm here, man.
Sis. Yeah, I want to address on a point that Ras just touched, yeah. And I must admit, sis, I was in the chat and I did listen. Don't get me wrong, I got your back in that, and I heard the way you lot were interrupted constantly. Not only did I hear it, but most of the chat heard it. But I must say, sis, on the other counteraction side, I did hear when you interrupted Ras when he was trying to stick up for you, and I did hear when even when Buddha.
He rewound it, sis. I heard it. I said fair play, good stuff.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you're aware that it does happen on our side, and I did hear it from you.
Oh, we're getting shown yet.
It's a bit nonchalant. I give you 100. I accept it, but it's a bit nonchalant. Fair play, good stuff. Okay, all right, sis. But like, I think if the brothers do something wrong with the sisters and the brothers say fair play, good stuff, I think the sisters will feel like I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong in it. I just feel like the sisters should look at your responses and see how you would feel if the man didn't responded like that. And if you feel like that's a good response, then go with it. But I think sometimes we might need to respond with a bit more like recognition and realization and say, you know what, that's, and I don't know, maybe I'm wrong in it, maybe I'll be picky, but yeah, it's all love. But I just feel like these are some of the problems that we have, and it's good that it happens so we can iron it out. But yeah,
well, I'm going to be honest, Rasi. I hear what you're saying, yeah. But if I was going to be real honest, yeah, because I know you like honesty, innit? I'm a little bit frustrated from way back when Ezra come on stream, yeah, and basically said that the whole barbershop, you understand me, said them one and all them again. You see what I'm saying? And I wanted to really deal with that. Now, that was about an hour ago, yeah. Now you see, that's a program, you know, Ras. You understand me? Because that's gone out there. Seeing? So whoever's receiving that, if their parity check ain't on point, that's not good for black women. You with me? And remember, that's a generalization. And that's why I said to Ezra, come, let us have that conversation, fam. You with me? But that's not happened. You with me?
Yeah,
but we've moved on since then, whereby he's come back again and he said, yo, Ras, what do you think about your
woman cooking and shit?
And
none of us can address it.
Them thing there. Now, Bridget, I don't know what type of girl you're dead with, like. So now I'm a little bit frustrated in it because
I asked the man about his experience.
Right
and this is the thing, you know. 698. I asked the man about his experience and the people that he knows. I didn't say, oh, no black women are cooking for black man. Let me finish. You see what I'm saying?
Because the conversation's not being had. Yeah.
Am I supposed to listen to you? And then as soon as I'm talking, just listen to you.
All right,
just listen to you.
You good, Ezra. You good. All right, brother. Peace.
So, like I said, you get me? I didn't put anything, like, I don't know what people are hearing from the start when I came in and talked about this. I did not generalize any black woman. I spoke about experiences every time. The barbershop, an experience, my brethren, experience. All these things I've mentioned are experiences, just like your experience with the brothers not defending you, yeah? You spoke about it. No one can shoot you down for your experience, but for some reason, when it's me now, yeah, it's a problem, innit? Get me? So all I'm saying is, yeah, these are things I've experienced. I asked Rasbet about his experiences and what he knows. That was it. It's not, I'm saying, oh no, black girls are doing this and that. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is we've got problems that need addressing. Yeah, we've got, like, let's just be honest here. Like, there's a big difference in black babies being born today than when I was born. Yeah, a lot different in the numbers, fam. You get me? So we have to address this issue unless we want to just kill off the whole black race and have no more black children. Because look, we can see how it's heading. Look how much mixed race kids are being born because of the issues between black men and black women. We don't want to address it. Everybody wants to kiss women's body. Oh, it's the men, it's the men, it's the men. No, we ain't gonna get nowhere like that. Yes, it is the men, but it is also the women, and we have to address both sides of the fence. That's all. That me I say. Shit.
Okay, brother. We hear you. We really hear you. And your sisters are here to give input and our insight on, you know, the areas that black women can improve, you know, and me personally, I don't know, like, I'm gonna just give my insight. I feel like phone calls. I'm sorry. I feel like black women with the whole like you know, I guess it's trying to address the different issues that you're talking about, like with cooking and things like that. You know, it's almost as if like I don't know, like I don't know them type of women. It's hard to speak about women like that because, like you saying, that's your personal experience, and you know, like I know women that's like they just supporting they dudes. They not supporting them financially, like the guys are just whatless, but like they're partners in their relationships. You know what I'm saying? I think if your circle is around a bunch of dysfunctional relationships, because it's not like a person that's gonna pick up they're not gonna be a functioning person and pick up someone dysfunctional. See what I'm saying? So it's easy to have a conversation with a dysfunctional unit and all they do is highlight the dysfunction in their other partner. But you gotta think you attract part of who you are. So these whatless women are with whatless men. Come on. Like I don't know, it's like why are we having a conversation about dysfunctional, like how justifying dysfunction, I guess. You know, you could say the reasons as to why, but like making excuses for women who conduct themselves that way, I don't know, it's just a sticky position to put women who don't conduct themselves that way to even have to speak on that. Like, all I can say is women, you know, start cooking and support your men and, you know, not be nagging, learn how to communicate properly. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
So thank you, man. I just want to ask the next question still because Ezra sort of tackled that one for me, and I gave my view on the communication, the lack of communication from sisters, and he's just brought up being a little bit more humble, and you actually addressed that with saying that women should ask the question, why are women so tough and hard? You know, not all, but many of the women who have had probably a tougher life than most and stuff like that. So what I want to do is pose a question to the females now. What would you want to see change in the men that you see the problems in them? Like what things can you actually, things that they can actually control? What things would you say are the main problems that need to be addressed by men, and even men pulling up other men on that as well? Because I think we could do hearing some of that still, if that's cool.
Pause.
Yeah.
We're gonna pause on that question. All right. It's 9:30. I don't know how many days we've been going now. I've lost count of the days. I grew a beard and a mustache in the time. Like I'm going through the desert of knowledge. No, but this has been a good conversation though. It's been very insightful. And I feel like there's a lot of clarity that's being had all around the houses. I feel like this is really just about, for me, trying to be from the outside, it's just about general relationship and communication and perspective, you know what I'm saying? And so yes, it's definitely good to hear both sides, and I definitely want to hear answers to Books' questions. Girl Deep knows what time it is though. It's that time to know if like there's anyone inside, anyone actually here, or is it everyone gonna sleep on their phone? So put your ones up if you're here, you're listening, and you want this conversation to continue till 10 o'clock. Let us know. You want to hear the conversation continue till 10 o'clock. Yeah. Differently from that, it doesn't seem like there's. Seems like only Books wants to see the comment. Yo, Books, what you doing, man? You lot make it hard for the count when you do bare ones.
No, I fucked up. Well, I put a 2 by mistakes. I had to counteract the 2.
I should say 1 for those who want to hear the conversation, and then 2 for those who don't want to hear it.
Yeah, mix up a bit still, or do an 8 and a 9 or something. Mix it up.
Yeah. But all right, cool. We're definitely gonna continue the conversation.
I'm gonna jump out. I'm gonna listen in. Pick up yourselves, yeah.
Where are you going, blood?
You know what it is. When I get back to mine, I'm gonna jump back on it, but I need to leave out now. So.
All right, cool.
Yeah, you troublemaker as well. Yeah,
half an hour.
All right, cool.
Later on, man. Big up, bro.
Yeah. So big up the 45 likes in the building. Yeah. Shout out everyone inside. Big up the mod squad, everyone in the chat. Regardless of differences in opinions and beliefs, you know, like that. All seeking knowledge and understanding, clarity, you know, like that. Yeah, big up everyone that's out there. Those who are new, subscribe. Alvin's back, so I guess he can take Ezra's place. Kushti Cosmetics or someone else can yeah, so someone else can join. I know there was a couple people like Ahmed and that in the back chat that wanted to join. There's one space there while you can, as you know, it gets sticky in the lines, then it kind of get hard to get people. Big up Gurdeep, shouting out the PayPal. Yeah, anyone who wants to support the channel, support this conversation, any messages you want read out, messages to the panelists, messages to the about the situation, any urgent messages, hit us up. And differently from that, what I'm saying, yeah, tomorrow I'm probably not going to be live. I'm probably going to be, yeah, probably tomorrow's a day off. Well, it's not a day off because I've got to go down to the shop and get 1-2 things sorted out. But I'll try to do an evening thing tomorrow. But yeah, big up everyone inside. It's been a mad 5 days. Yeah, shout out everyone in the chat. Big up the mod squad. Yeah, we out here grinding, B. Yeah, big up everyone supporting. So, Bugs, you want to run that question to the sisters one more time? Alvin, you was bursting to say something.
Let him finish saying he wants to say still. Go on.
We can't hear you at all, bro.
Silence, Alvin.
Lady Divine, don't want to hear from Alvin, boy. Alvin, stop that.
Is he gone?
I don't even know.
All right, so let me crack on then. Still, yeah. So I posed a question to the man them in regards to what they would want to see the women. No. Which way around did I do it first? Yeah. What we would want to see women improve or change. You know, actually something that they can physically and tangibly control. In regards to some of the things they may have heard from man like Ezra moaning or upset or highlighting as to the faults and some of the issues that he sees in the relationships between black men and black women. Now I want to pose that question to the ladies on the panel. I want to pose that same question, and it's just directly at us. And this is just second question of the questions I want to ask, because basically it's asking the men what they would change about the women and vice versa, asking the women what they change about the men. And then the next question really after that is, if anyone remembers and we don't go into a big hullabaloo, is what would they change about themselves? What would the men change about the men? What do they see the faults as? And then what do the women see their own women, their sisters, and what they need to pull them up on as well, to say, you know, vice versa for the men. So we're like looking outwards, because that's the way I think everybody can see the problems very easily. But then now let's look inwards and see if we can see them same said issues, or if we can even see them, to be honest. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, that's why I'm opposed to the women still, what they want to change about the men, what things they'd like to see changed or upgraded. So anyone can come in on that. I think, you know, even Spice is there, Manifa's there. Ivan Empress, we ain't heard from you yet. I wouldn't mind hearing your thoughts on that one still. Ivan Empress? No? Yo, anyone?
Can you repeat the question again, Books? Sorry. Is it possible to repeat it?
Yeah, it was a question really to the sisters still. And it was for them to.
I mean, I'm here, but I didn't want to be the only sister speaking. You know, I don't want to like.
Well, you can kick it off still, sis. I think you can kick it off still, sis. And the question was, I'll repeat it again quickly, was to what.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. So yeah, get ready for the question, which is this, Irvine.
Yeah.
What would you want to see change in men in regards to their faults or shortcomings, things that they can actually tangibly change, like tomorrow? We could try and put effort into changing those things. What issues do you think men have? Like I would start off and sort of, I don't want to guide anyone, but I'll just start off with something like maybe
Don't say communication.
Well, I think communication for women. I said it as well, but I'm thinking maybe in regards to being unhappy, not running off to go and sort of find comfort in another lady, maybe, or something like that. Actually, and again, it does come down to communication. Would we be able to communicate a bit more, a bit better, or try and understand? Just what it's not. I don't want to guide. What would you say, Evan? What would you say, Evan?
I'm saying that the communication part is a big thing, because we're going back and forth, and there's no we're not meeting together. We're not coming together on one point. We're all kind of making the same kind of points. We both see the same kind of faults in each other, male and female, and yet we're not really addressing them. We're not kind of taking on board that this is what the problem is. And I feel like...
Are you sorry to jump? Are you sort of saying that we're not kind of maybe meeting in the middle, like, because we're obviously there's issues on both sides, but we're not coming to a certain point where, that's what I try to bring the balance like today. Like, we're not sort of trying to look at it from both each other's point of view.
We're both from our sides of the spectrum, fam.
I think both of us are acting as if, when I say both of us, male and female group, I'm saying that we're both acting as if we are victims of the other side's treatment of us. Yeah. As black women, they're too loud, they're aggressive, it's all kind of negative. And then on the same side with the males, to be honest, I wanted to come on because of Alvin and the comments that he had made earlier on. And I know we've kind of gone back and forth because I have been trying to listen, but it's just that I was on the road, my battery was low, so I couldn't really interact. But when he chose to say that the things that he admired about black women was the fact that they can cook chicken and that he can, go and buy them a bundle of weave. And I can't remember the other thing. You can have fun with them or something like that, right? Those were the main 3 points. I found that I didn't feel disrespected as such. I just felt disappointed. I felt like he couldn't see certain qualities that that women possess. And I felt like I wasn't a black woman in his eyes, because here I am black, I don't cook no chicken, I don't have no weave, and I have a bit of fun though. So that, but otherwise, it just kind of made me feel like, men are not really looking for the same things that they're looking for in the other race of women.
You're saying that felt it was a bit shallow.
It was disappointing. Yeah, I'm gutted at him saying that, because that sounded like something that a racist person would come up and say. Like if it was a white man saying, oh, he likes dating black women, how they do sometimes, and then you ask them, what is it that you like? And then they come up and say the stereotypes. I mean, that girl went to that comedy award place, that comedian went to that award show and she brought chicken in her bag, and that caused an uproar. So we're clearly getting hurt by certain little stereotypes that have been attached to us. And yet, it's like the males are they're not sympathizing with that. They're not they're not taking it on board. They're not doing anything about the fact that, we're unhappy at the way that the world is looking at us, as black women. We get this, oh, you're strong. I get this every day. You're a strong woman. How do you do it? It's like, it's a lot to live up to, but then at the same time, you're going to come disrespect me and tell me that you're just going to buy me a bundle of weave to keep me happy. As if that's going to be, it's all superficial. It's nothing real.
Yeah, I hear that stuff. I definitely hear
that. Can you respond to that? Your mic's not working, bro. It's not working at all. It's like God don't want me to speak no more.
Yeah, but the most hard to stay quiet, man.
It's safe to come back. God don't want him to speak.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Now we can. Oh man, now we can.
Okay, now y'all can.
Oh man.
All right, look to the sister. I mean, I said this ad nauseum like for the past couple of hours. When I said those things, it was an off the cut, lighthearted conversation we was having. And when they said, "Yo, what you like about black women?" the first thing that popped up was my ex, and I liked her cooking. And I remember like she used to like get her hair done up, whatever, before we go out. Like those was just the first two things that came up in my mind. I didn't use the word only when I'm doing that. You know, it's just like those are just two things that popped in my mind, or whatever. So it wasn't like if you can't cook chicken, you're not like a black woman or nothing. It's like that's not the angle I was
Okay, so we can ask you the same question again. Now, if I ask you now, what do you like about a black woman? What would you say?
Number one, I find myself to be mostly attracted to black women, and there's a comfortability factor with it. You know, if you grew up mostly around black women, you know, you're going to be inclined to be more comfortable with a black woman. And based off my experiences, it's not going to be the same answer with each woman. I mean, each black woman I've dated, they've been very different from one another. So when somebody said, "What you like about black women?" it's a little weird question because I judge women on individual basis. Because one girl I dated, she was like this. Another girl I dated, she was like that. They was both black, but there was extreme differences between a lot of them.
Of course, there's differences. It's just that you're still not saying. You're not giving me an answer. You're not giving me something that I can,
Don't expect
relate to.
Rasta, can all the black men on the panel answer that question so we can help Al out?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's a good point. Everyone answer the question.
I thought I gave you 3 of them. I said it's comfortability.
Comfortability.
Comfortability and attractiveness. Everything else after that is on an individual basis. You have to tell me, what did you think about your last ex? What did you think about one of your female friends now? Then I could get more into detail. Well, I like her because she likes to do this thing right here. And I like her because if you just leave it in general, like, what do you like about black women? I'm going to have to speak in general terms. So to get more specifics, we're going to have to go to the individual to tell you, I like all these things about her.
Have reference to black woman as a whole and uphold your community. You did not know it. You wouldn't have to because you have. You get me? You have an overall understanding of what a woman is. All the things you're saying is pandering to what you think we want to hear, and you're trying to.
I don't think he's even thinking about what we want to hear.
You're trying to play safe because you got caught out before. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, what else am I supposed to say at this point?
No, that kind of sounds like his experiences with a black woman is limited. That's why he can't.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds like he dated
Listen,
or dated 1 or 2 black women.
No, listen. It's because of my experiences. Let me know, black women are very different from one another. You can get with a girl who's not all black.
Hey, what I like about a black woman?
Yeah, what about
a black woman? I love the strength of a black woman. I love the soul of a black woman.
That's corny, bro.
No, it's not.
This is what I mean when I say pandering. This is what I mean when I say pandering. Like, this is what I'm talking about. He gonna get a couple of amens and a couple of
Hey, what you worried about that?
I like the soul of the black woman. Y'all saying amen and shit. Like, come on, man. Get out of here with that corny stuff, man. Keep it real, bro.
You can only give us 3 answers about a black woman. Sweep your broom and get real.
Talking about he like a soul of the black woman.
Sweep your broom and give a real.
Like he in church. I like the soul of a black woman.
I love the way the sun shine on her motherfucking melon. I
Real
love when she
poetic,
coming out
bro.
with her motherfucking afro puff
Real
back.
poetic, man.
I
I'm
love the
impressed.
smile of a black
I
woman.
promise
I love
I'm
the touch of a
impressed. I
black
love the
woman.
smile of it. On a cloudy
Wrong
day,
with
you
you,
give
boy?
me
You
sunshine.
better take that shit over there and go eat them rice cakes Becky made for your motherfucking ass. A motherfucking cheese bacon. That
Oh
Becky made
man,
for
yo,
your
just keep it
motherfucking ass.
real.
We
Look,
got some different shit going on over
hey
here,
sister,
homie.
the sister that
Fuck
was
is
talking
wrong with
this
you,
time,
nigga?
use
Talking about
every
you
bit of
love
a black
fried
woman.
chicken
So
and the way
in
she
no
cut
way did I was
watermelons
saying
up. Boy, get the
that you're
fuck
less
out
of
of
a
here.
black woman because of the chicken dig. Okay, that's
Fuck out
never
of here,
what I was
nigga.
intending.
You like
Right?
how she cut watermelon
Yeah,
and
you know.
shit. Get the fuck out of here.
And I even like your soul. How about that? I like the soul of you too. How about that? We gonna do that.
I muted everyone, yeah. We can't hear what both of you are saying, yeah. That was a bit funny though. I heard what was going on. I don't know if you heard that there. Oh shit, Alvin slightly got him. But obviously, the fact that you have to react like that, Alvin still says that you should have still let him say his soul stuff, you know, like that. But sometimes, sisters, you don't know. There can be the men who get corny with it. It can. I'm not saying the brother was corny there, but there's men that are corny with that. Black.
And we know when they're just telling us what we want to hear.
Yeah, you know, like that I buy love. You know that like we know they're men. Like it's better, man. Just keep. I'd rather someone that keeps it as 100. You understand? Rather than like, you know what I'm saying? Try to romanticize the thing too much. But at the same time, I'm not saying that's what the brother was doing. I'm just saying I know what Alvin's talking about is certain dons. I've seen that before as well. But yeah, I think it's one of them ones where it's right in between what both of the brothers are saying, because Alvin, you can't really tell him about saying he loves the soul of the black woman, because saying you love the soul is better than saying you love the blood clot chicken. Yeah. That's for sure. Yeah, so I'd rather be poetic like the brother, you understand? Talking about chicken and weave and fun.
You see the point?
Yeah.
But do you see the point I'm saying? It's like when somebody say what you like about a black woman, in my head I'm like, which black woman? Because if you want details, y'all is different between y'all. There's some black women I love, and some black women I hate.
No, but this is where you make it too much about a relationship, yeah? Like, what I'm saying is, we've got sisters, isn't it? Yeah? I'm gonna mute everyone because I'm getting background noise, yeah? I think that man them are looking at this question too much from a level of relationship. Like, I think, like, when we say black woman, you're talking about your mom, talking about your sister, you're talking about your niece, you're talking about your aunties. And I don't think you just love your auntie for chicken or because weave, you know what I'm saying, or to have fun, you know what I'm saying? Like this, like, so when we're talking about the sisters, like I don't like to do the corny thing. I'll keep it 100 with everyone, yeah. But at the same time, yeah, there's certain elements of strength, you know what I'm saying? Resilience, spiritual intuition, yeah. That one there is powerful as well, yeah. I'm talking about man being inside, my mum's waking up middle of the night and ringing my phone. Yeah, I'm talking about that one, yeah. Like there's element, and obviously this is not saying that it's not in other places. You understand? I'm just saying from my experiences coming up in the black community amongst black women, that's definitely something I've seen. You understand? Something that thing where, you know, like ain't no yes man thing. I like you like all of them things there. You know what I'm saying? Like so that like there's so much when man think about this conversation, I think man should be thinking about, because before I knew any woman to date, like I had my big sister, you know what I'm saying? Like the way she carried herself, a sense of pride and confidence, you know what I'm saying? And her culture, you know what I'm saying? Style, finesse, you know, all of these things, you know what I'm saying? Like and you can see it like in carnival or when you go to a rave, you know what I'm saying? I can't lie, you know what I'm saying? There's a finesse, there's a powers, you understand? And man love that, you know what I'm saying? And the brothers have got their thing as well. But like, it's not about chicken though. It's deeper than chicken, and it's deeper than fun. You know what I'm saying? It's deeper than weave. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I feel like yeah, man ain't trying to get too poetic with it as well. You know what I'm saying? Man, just trying to keep it real. And man can balance that with, you know what I'm saying, other experiences. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. So do you get what I'm saying, Alvin?
Yeah, because even when I was talking about the last thing, it was about my ex. Like, that's about as deep as our relationship was. It was about fried chicken and going out and getting our hair done every once in a while. Like, that was as deep. Now, if it was another relationship, right?
No, but I'm talking about when they say black women, why you keep on consigning it to a relationship? Like
because that's and if you notice, I don't do generalizations and stuff. So saying what you like about black women, that's a real general term. I don't like all black women. There's some black women I love, there's some black women I hate.
But right now we're not asking about what the ones you hate. We're saying what do you like about black women? Have you got black aunties?
Yeah, okay.
One minute. Have you got a black mom?
Yes, I got a black mom.
Have you got any other black females in your family?
I got 3 sisters.
Have you got any black female friends that no sex but just friends? Like,
I got plenty of them. Yeah, I'm going to a wedding. I'm going to a wedding.
What do you like about them?
Okay, if you go talk about my mother, I like the fact that she's anti-materialistic. Like, she's happy with the least. You know what I'm saying? She sacrificed a lot for us. You know, and just overall good woman.
What traits do they have though? Like, I don't think you're understanding the question. Like, I mean, there's like amongst them, where's the have you noticed any consistent traits? Like, you don't have to sit with your mom. I'm having consistent traits.
No, people are different, bro. No black woman is like another black woman. I'm telling you, based off my experience, bro. Each one of my exes, my sisters are different from one another. My mother is different from her aunts. My grandmother is a different kind of person. I have to know which black woman you're talking about. I don't see no underlying thread, because when it comes to black women, yo, it varies wildly. You got the crazy kind, and you got the great soft.
No, if the question was what don't you like about black women, then you could be talking about the crazy and the negatives. But when I say,
I wouldn't even say that. I don't believe that all black women are angry. I've been with 9 My mother has
no. What do you like about black women? You don't need to refer to any of the negative ones.
I'm saying, again, like I said, it depends what black woman you're talking about. I don't see no underlying trait. I'm telling you, each black woman I've been with is not like the other. There's no.
Keep on reading that relationship, blood. It's like you can't appreciate the sisters as like sisters. It's like
no, I can appreciate them when I meet them, but what I'm saying is you have to prove who you are to me. I'm not just going to give it to you.
Hold on, let me see. Let me tell.
Listen. Spice. One last thing. You see, Spice, 9 Ether, Lady Divine. There's a plethora of sisters that I've got here, and there's no relationship thing like that. You understand? They're my friends. They're my sisters. You understand? Now, there's consistent traits that my sisters have. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man can point out what those are, isn't it? You know, like that.
Oh, follow you?
Every time I ask you, it's like, I don't think you have, because like me, I can't lie. I've always had, like, especially the older sisters, around man differently. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's all an experience thing. But
yeah, that's what it is.
When it comes to wisdom, bro, like most of the reason why I've got wisdom, is from reasoning to sisters. With sisters. Like I find love, she's a fountain of wisdom. You understand? Now, from the brothers and the elders, there's not as much wisdom. I'd say the brothers harness a lot of knowledge. Especially my elders, they'll tell you, like Uncle Danjuma, like they'll tell you a lot of knowledge. They've got a lot of knowledge about different things. But when you're looking for that intuitive wisdom, you know what I'm saying? More time, you're gonna find that from one of the sisters. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm saying these are little traits that I can like clock. And it's like, but with you, it's like every time I ask you, it's like you can't, even if it doesn't apply to all of your sisters, like it might apply to 3 out of 4. or somebody. It's like you can't do that. You have to make it about each separate relationship.
Yes, because there's so. I'm telling you, if I compared all the not just relationships, just women in my family, they all got different things. There's different personalities. I respect people in their different personalities. So
why don't you
rarely see them generalize.
All right. Don't separate them, but just point out the best fit. Like, say if your cousin's got a good trait.
There's only one.
1 minute. Say if your cousin's got good traits, tell us that trait. Then this girl's got a good trait, tell us that trait. Your mum's good trait, but just don't tell us them individually. And then that's basically what we was asking for. So just give out the traits. That's all being one woman, but what traits have you seen that you like?
The traits that I'm saying are not exclusive to black women. That's the thing. Like you can find anti-materialistic women.
No traits ain't exclusive to black women, bro.
So that's why
you see what you're doing.
So that's the point where I'm coming from.
No traits ain't exclusive to Asian women, but
that's the point. That's the point.
There might be something that Asian men like about their women where it comes to food. Yeah, not every Asian woman is the same when it comes to cooking food, but there might be something that Asian men have in common that they like about, and it's like, and it's the same thing for white men. They might have that same thing, you know what I'm saying? And then a black guy that dates white girls will have that as well. You understand? And the white.
But only here's the thing: when that happens,
people will have things about people that they like, and it's like you can't really define those traits, you know what I'm saying? It's like you have to make it about individuals. I'm just saying, like, in general, there's certain traits that you're gonna see in different cultures. You know what I'm saying? Like I like the Chinese and their uniformity in their family. You know what I'm saying? I like that. Now that might not be every Chinese person, but it's a cultural trait that I can look from the outside and see, and I can like it, and I can see that it's like a cultural trait they have. There might be other things that I might think are negative. They might be a bit too robotic. You know what I'm saying? Might have to live a little. They might have to learn to live a little sometimes. So that might be a negative trait from the culture. Now that doesn't apply to all of them in the world, but I think most people watching can see that. Yeah, we can see that from the outside. That might not even be how it's from the inside. And I'm saying if we can't do that, but for me to be able to do that with Chinese people and a Chinese woman who I don't know any Chinese women. Like, but I can do that. So black women who I was, raised by, who I was birthed by, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I can't do it for them, then I don't know, bro.
Hey, I'm about to escape, but look, a more interesting question would be like, what do you think about Nigerian women? That's something more specific. I met a lot of Nigerian women, and they have particular traits.
Nigerian women are black women.
I know, but they don't act particularly like other black women in the United States or someone from Liberia. So what I'm saying is,
let me tell you why your ideology.
I just want to be able to.
Let me tell you why your ideology is problematic. Because you see, you have people like Jupiter and Jessica, who obviously know that you're pandering and you are perpetuating. Hold on, their ideals. Listen, let me tell you something, sir. Let me tell you something. Even though we are separated by different countries and landmass and tribes and stuff, yeah, there's very much lots of similarities of black women where you could say the whole. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be the fact that it's a Nigerian or whatever. You've got this thing that hold on. You do exactly what they want is to practice this individualism to the point. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why people are not getting it. You're so lost that you can't even see the fact that you're perpetuating, and that's what you're proving, that your ideals are not your own. That's exactly what it is, because no person that has reverence to their black people and to themselves are talking the nonsense you're talking. You understand?
Hey, okay, so look, this is what I'm saying. That lets you know these ideas are my own. If nobody else is saying it, if nobody else is saying what I'm saying, that means that these ideas are my own.
because
Hey,
it's
but look, Spice, I'm
wrong.
about to
You
go. Please
understand?
let me finish what I was saying because you cut me off.
No,
So
no,
look,
no, no, no. I don't need to hear because you keep doing the same thing. The
I'm asking you.
thing, and that's why you're all inclusive. That's why you're sitting up on
No,
here
can
playing husband and wife with a whole.
Okay,
with
Spice, can I please say
with
this
a white
last thing because
woman,
I gotta
and
go to
then
this
you're
thing
talking
right
about
quick,
stuff, and
Spice.
everything you are saying is all about individualism and all about perpetuating stereotypes. Like no one is going
I
to be
just
here
want
to
to say
sit
this
down
last thing
and
before I go,
entertain
Spice. Can I
your
please get
nonsense
this
no
out?
more, because you can see clear if
Or are
you
you gonna
don't
go
get
for
it.
another
This
15
is
minutes?
what a lost person. This is what colorism. This is what white supremacy. This is what
What up, man? Damn. Hey,
prejudice.
Spice, come on,
This
man.
is
I
what
gotta say this last thing.
perpetuating stereotypes look like. This is what it looks like. This is what it
Let me-
sounds like. Yeah, this is what it sounds like.
Hey, this
No, we're
this
not gonna
why he
go back
love
and forth
black
with
women
you
right
and
here.
try
He
to
can't
sugarcoat
handle
it
one.
and
That's
go around
why.
the
Tell
corner
I got cut off and I can't even think.
This is exactly what it looks like, bro. Fuck all the way out here.
Okay, Spice. Let me just get this out, please.
Nah, bro.
This-
Not gonna hear no more, man.
Okay, so look, this is how I operate. I don't care who it is. It could be a man or a woman. You have to prove who you are to me before I say anything about you. And that's how I am. I don't trust nobody off Jump Street. If I meet you and you present yourself as somebody trustworthy, then I'll let you in a little closer. That goes for anybody to get in my circle. So that's no different when dealing with a new woman. I don't care if she black, white, or whatever. What are you doing? What are you saying? And then I'll determine if you got traits I like or I don't. Because that's how I roll. Because you can't trust nobody out here. Just because she black doesn't mean that she's going to be all good for you. So you got to see what kind of black woman she is. That's my ideology. That's me. I don't trust nobody until they prove me that they're worthy of being trusted.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, they got you exactly the way they want us to be, bro. They got you exactly the way they want you.
Hey, this the
They
$1 million question right here. This gonna end it out. This is the $1 million question. Are you open to dating outside of your race?
Oh, who you was asking, Alvin?
Yeah, Al.
Oh, he just left. So
that was a badass question right there.
Maybe he could put his answer in the chat if he's listening. Alvin, he wanted to know if you were open to dating outside of your race. Bless up, sis.
You're breaking up, sis. Melanated.
Oh.
You're bless up. You're breaking up. You're breaking up. Was you saying something?
Oh, sorry, that might have been my interference. Can you not help me? Can you hear me, sis?
What's going on?
I don't know. Hello? Can y'all hear me?
Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Melanated, I can hear you.
Well, where's everyone else?
Can you hear me there, Melanated?
Turn
I
up.
can hear you.
Okay, so that's what I want to say now, because I've been waiting to speak for a long time. And so far, I've noticed the sisters have only got to answer one, Buddha's question initially, and two, Buddha's question the secondly. This is craziness. Why are we entertaining this? Like, this is just foolishness. The chat is like, can we hear from the sisters? Can we hear? And we're still not hearing from the sisters. This is mad. I don't understand it.
Well, the thing, sis, mum. That's what I'm saying. It's long, man.
I keep hearing, but sis, this is the problem I'm seeing. We keep hearing these brothers keep saying we need to address the issues, but we're not addressing the issues because the sisters ain't speaking the issues. They're not allowed to speak. I don't understand.
But that's what I'm saying, sis,
We've got to listen to bloody Ezra rambling on for God knows
Ezra
how
come
long.
and drop bare things, sis, and all
Right.
that now we can't
Thank you.
reply.
We can't address the questions and
But that's
things
2
that he
hours
dropped.
ago.
Right.
Done,
And then now,
the program
hold on,
done
sis.
set. Sorry,
Yeah.
go on.
And then now, sis, we had this damn foolish fool come up on here chatting the next bag of shit, and all now he can't put one positive thing about black women or whatever, and then they wonder why we get frustrated and start cuss up the rotted place. Then they want to talk about the angry black woman syndrome. I'm sick of the foolishness, man. Let's just keep it real.
I just want to say, you know,
I'm eating dessert, sis.
I just wanted to say, I think Respect was very clever at highlighting things about Black women. I just want you to know, brother, I recognize what you were doing and how you were saying it. You know, talking about our wisdom, talking about our style, our finesse. Like you were basically telling him, listing off all of the things about Black women that you appreciate that he could have said, all of the things that he failed to recognize. You were stating how you recognize it. So I want you to know I appreciate it and I recognize. I peep your game. Respect.
Yeah, but sis, let's not. This is the problem, though. We understand what Raspet's doing. We're not saying that Raspet's got anything to do with this, you know. The problem is, no, listen, sis, listen. This is the problem. Listen, we're trying to get the sisters' feelings out. How could you get the sisters' feelings out if the sisters have not had their feelings out yet? Tell me how you're going to address something that you've not heard yet. How does that work?
And all we've heard is there's a barbershop of man them.
And what Black women ain't doing, and how Black women are not doing for them, and how Black women are. When have we heard a sister say anything negative about a brother? Tell me when
and then
we heard
talk so we not cook. Imagine. We not cook.
We not do this. We not do that. We not do this.
Yeah.
Where?
Personality.
Sister Divine.
Perpetuate and look, bonfire, man. Don't play with me, bro. When you behave yourself in this thing, because you're perplexing me differently, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna die, bro.
Oh God, Divine. You see, one of the things is I bet that man that Ezra's talking about will eat pasta on a Sunday. But you see how I'm getting all discombobulated. But you see the point I'm making, yeah? You understand me? Because he's left her now, yeah? Because she's obviously a demon. He's gone wherever he's gone and pick up whoever he's pick up now. And obviously, remember now, you know, everything's shiny and green, you know. You get me? New life, you know. If I could play her music behind it, I would have. You know, like, you know what I mean? Everything spicy, you know. Lord, clean. I'm getting rid of the woman. And then,
sisters, do me a favor. I want all my sisters on the panel right now. So do me a favor. Go into the back chat, yeah? And look at the question I posed to Mr. Amaraz of all people. Go and look at his response. Even
Sister
he said,
Empress Ryan. Their beautiful bodies and their amazing futures.
Sis,
how is it hard?
I don't even know. I don't even need to go there.
Sisters, how is it so hard for a Black man on this panel that's talking to many people that could be listening or playing back this thing, yeah, to come across one good positive quality about us, but a man from outside of our race can just list them off without even thinking? This is what pisses me off. It pisses me the frig off. And if we vent it, we're angry Black women.
And that's why I'm saying, sis, yeah. You see, when my man Ezra come and that's why I couldn't understand it, and I want him to come back, and I know we will, because I'm gonna keep talking his name. Sorry, I'm eating a bit of cheesecake. But when he's like, boom, the Black man is the most this, that, rare, tear, boom, 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 like he's been on that journey on his own. I was like, rotted. You see what I'm saying to you? So already it's like a thing like whereby there's us and there's them. Because there's no way in which we could talk about our journey and not talk about each other. As far as I'm concerned.
Listen, we're all created with a counterpart. Ours happens to be the Black man. The Black man's one happens to be us Black women.
On top of that, he's a Hebrew Israelite.
Karate cop.
So when I listen to him and I listen to certain things that he says, but now here in this situation here now, I'm not hearing that application. I'm not hearing that it's us that spread out all on the four corners. And you get me? I'm not hearing that it's us that's been through whatever. What me I hear say I am.
But sis, this is the bit that bothers me. I think what bothered me the most in the whole of that statement he made when you were trying to address that, and I didn't get to address it myself, but what bothered me the most is the fact that I get it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that he hasn't got a valid point. Yes, Black men are one of the most targeted people on the planet. But remember, one of them. What about the counterpart, the Black woman? He didn't recognize that. And he didn't recognize that. Hold on, sis. He did not recognize the fact, yeah? This is what he did not recognize. He did not recognize the fact not only have we got to have these Black men, Watch them grow, watch them die, watch them do all kind of shit on the streets, protect them in that manner, and then come home to hear what? We're not appreciated. So we've getting it from both barrels. Not only have we got to be the guider, the teacher, and the protector. Now we can't be vocal about it because we don't. If we are vocal about it, then we don't need protection. We can look after ourselves. You know, I hear wagwan.
That's what I'm saying, man. And there's a whole barber shop that don't want us.
But
I'm hearing on this panel.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
yes.
I just wanted to kind of address the actual issue that was presented as far as, you know, Black women not being as
cuddly,
submissive and domestic and X, Y, and Z, right? I would agree. I don't know about you ladies, but I'm going to agree with that point. And I'm going to agree. I know plenty of 21, 22, 30-year-old women that are still busting canned vegetables, right? I don't eat no damn canned vegetables. I get busy in the kitchen, right? Now, I will say that is a direct reflection of them being forced into the careers, forced into and putting those things primary. Did y'all peep that all of the examples that said when the man come home? Some of these women get to stay home. When I moved into the suburbs and I dropped my son, elementary school started at damn 9 o'clock in the morning, and I said, why does school start so late? Because I got to get at work. But my black face was the only black woman face trying to figure out how a child, all them other women would stay at home moms of other communities. So don't be flying that shit in our face about why we don't have these skills. Shit, we want to stay at home too. So if we're gonna be your partner, well then you need to be our partner too. We gotta partner with you to bring home the bacon. Well, goddamn it, let's partner in some of these household chores. I don't know. That's my little 2 cents. Live. Everybody on mute. What the call drop? What happened?
Yes, as we tried to give you your time to talk, but we heard you.
No. Okay,
yeah.
Okay. I was just saying that, I will agree that there are the women out there that aren't as domesticated as they could be. I will agree. You understand? And even when it comes to like being like when they say like nagging or like a woman don't know her place, quote unquote, right? I feel like a lot of times some women out of financial inability, they're in a position where they keep their mouth closed. If you are relying on this person for they are meeting every need, right? You're not taking care of yourself at all. Then you really ain't got too much say. Is that not true?
Yep, sis.
It's a lot easier to keep a woman quiet. I know when a man comes before me, and I'm not just talking only financial, right? But when he has a level of confidence, your ass gets submissive real damn quick. You be like, you want some juice? You want ice in your juice? What you want? What you want? What you want? Right? But when it's like, he like, well, I was gonna do this, but last week I looked at this, that, and you're like, okay, well, I want to do this. Well, let's just do this. Don't get mad that I'm making decisions now, and you're not the leader in the head. Well, you're not the leader in the head. Like, which one you want? So I think these examples that he's talking about with these men coming home, like,
that's what I'm saying, sis. That's why I said let's have a conversation. Let's really get into the rudiments of it. You can't have a whole barbershop, you understand me, and all their women are flopping like that. No, so you understand? No. But yeah, man, this is what it is, man. But this cooking thing, Ezra, you messed up this, bedroom. No.
Look here, I don't know what kind of girl him used to some workless girl that can't give me no know
You
what
messed
bread
up
and
good, man.
toast and cheese and tomato and all kind of shit. But look here, see which part I come from. I be a stew, peas and listen, some green pepper, some green plantain and some yam and dumpling and banana boiled on the back. So me no know where I come from, you know. Got give him 2 ackee and starfish for him breakfast and some fried dumpling. Away him there. Who's he trying to? Come piss me off with his fuckery. Come chatting shit.
But don't get it twisted though, ladies. There's definitely guys that have done that. I know them personally. You with me? You understand me? Like I know man that right now on a Sunday they'll eat pasta or pizza, but they wouldn't accept that from their black counterpart.
Okay, I hear you. I'm not even saying that there's some girl out there that can't cook. Cause there's enough girl that can't cook out there. I'm not even gonna get this shit twisted, yeah. And we're gonna hold them up soon. We're gonna do a next show on them soon. That's what can we do to better our girls. But my thing is this, yeah. If you're attracting these kind of women, then what does that say about you as a man? What kind of man are you? Because remember, you would vibe attract your tribe, you know.
Hold on, the thing might look off. There's a troll. I don't know. A troll's been able to get inside here. He's removed Braspect. And
Braspect dropped off. But
then
keep on. But are you there?
No, someone removed him. So it was a troll.
Hello.
Removed himself as well.
You hear us?
Welcome back.
Hello. What have I missed?
You missed
one piece of cussing just now. Thank God you came late, yeah?
Thank God I weren't here, yeah, for real.
But where's Braspect?
Braspect's in the comment section trolling us. Braspect knows what he's doing. He knows to keep quiet, yeah, because he knows he's next in the firing line.
Braspect is not on the call. The call is gonna cut off.
Ras, get back on the thing, bro, because we're ready for you next year now. You're entertaining this foolishness. Come back here and face your flowers. Oh, he's starting a new show. He said he's starting a new show.
Oh, am I the only geezer here?
Yes, and you're right. You and Top, what's his name? Top Cats. Yeah.
So he just joined.
Yes, big up Shahid. Yeah. Go on. Tell the ladies what you're saying.
Yeah, you're right.
What do you want me to say, man?
Top Cats. Yeah.
So he just joined.
Yeah, what do you want me to say? I don't know what to talk about.
Hey, my brother,
Books. Yeah, you're right.
What do you want me to say, man?
Yo.
Books. Am I wrong in anything I said? Do you think I was really rude? Because I got fed up and I just like cuss up the place.
No, I heard what you're saying still, and I'll be honest, I agree with a lot of what you said still. But that's what I was saying. You were saying that you heard a lot of talk from my man, from Ezra, and you didn't get none of the responses back, like it wasn't other way around, vice versa. But if you notice from my questioning, what I was trying to ask, I was actually starting with the brothers who were complaining, and I tried to get them questions out. I tried to get both sides out, but even then, in doing that, it still only end up being on one side because we get interrupted by people like Alvin who come in and talk some nonsense, fam. So it's just a bit annoying to me because I find that I can't even speak to my brothers sometimes on that level. It's only certain brothers I can speak to on them certain levels, yeah. But a lot I find it's very difficult to try and let them just see, because don't get it twisted, yeah. I see some of the issues and problems that he speaks of, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I look at it from a very realistic current paradigm sort of view, and that current paradigm sort of view realizes that we are living out of our natural state. You get me? So we've got to also understand that women who have been attacked quite heavily as well, because he's trying to put saying that black men have been more attacked, but I say that that's part of the trick as well. I think women have been much more attacked, but that's a matter of opinion that could be discussed as well, because at the end of the day, both of us are being attacked, so it's pointless to even have that discussion. But what I'm saying is, where we're both being attacked,
you know what,
that one side spoke about more. Go on, Buddha. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know what? I feel like he's got to be trolling, man. He really has to be trolling. I mean, the best you can come out with is fried chicken.
Yeah, that's a bit.
You didn't even hear Ezra's one. You didn't even hear Ezra's one. That really pissed me off, because you know why? Because Ezra represents me. He's a black man in the UK. He's a you I can have. You understand? He represents me. I more can relate to Ezra than I can to Idi Alvin way over in the States. You understand? But Ezra's here. And if he's telling me that he's here in the UK where I am and there's no black woman like me around him, something's wrong. That's why I'm pissed off with Ezra more so. I'm not in America. I can't speak for no American woman, but I can speak for my British women that are here in the UK that happen to be black. Do you understand?
Yeah,
that's what I'm speaking for, and that's why I'm pissed off.
Yeah, I hear that, and that's what I'm saying is that I know it bun him, and I had to mention it, but the ideology of the Hebrew Israelites, if anyone's done any research into that, you know exactly where they're coming from, and I can hear that in what he speaks. You get what I'm saying? And I don't want to. And that's why you saw that he got vexed with me, kind of thing, because that's what I'm saying is the truth. I said I ain't said no lies. That's how a lot of you they really